And here we go.
Come on, Jesus.
Sometimes I need a good reason to get out of bed. Got sleep in my eyes, clouds in my head. I need a shot of something.
Come on.
To make my motor go.
Wonderful and lively.
So I turn on the Klein and Alley Show. Give me some Klein and Alley Show.
I don't like.
Give me some Klein and Alley Show.
Oh, look, the eggs.
Get your motor running with the Klein and Alley Show.
Oh, yeah.
I said, get your motor running with the Klein and Alley Show.
But or as plug.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning and welcome to a brand new week. Here we go. On KROQ, on YouTube, we are Klein Alley Show. Good morning.
Morning.
Recovery Monday is back, and we've got good stuff for you this morning. Bribery is thick. Disneyland tickets, a 4-pack coming up later, and Jack White all over the place. Just when you think...
You mean Jack Black?
No, I mean Jack White. But
Jack Black.
At this point, it is confusing because
Vanessa keeps saying Jack Black.
Jack White.
She's been wrong every time. In fact, she did say yesterday we had Jack Nicholson tickets to give away.
Whoa.
And I was like, well, she's now moving so far away. So I don't know what we have anymore. I believe it's Jack White. He's got an upcoming show happening tomorrow. We'll get you in all morning long. Lots of chances to win those tickets to see the great, legendary Jack White,
Something.
I think.
Fill in the blank.
Jack something.
But if you win tickets and then you're confused, just pick a Jack, and we'll probably get you some tickets to
Any
it.
Jack will do. It's a sold-out show at the Palladium, and we will get you in. Although it says here, once again, Vanessa, I don't want to start the show. It says here, win a pair of tickets to the sold-out show at the Palladium tonight. That is correct. They'll be going to tonight's show.
Tonight.
And then tomorrow we'll give more tickets away for the sold-out show tomorrow night.
Correct.
Man, we are the best. We really are. Sometimes even I'm blown away, and I look at this and I go, there's no way this is possible. This must be too good to be true. And in this particular case, it's not. We are actually doing that.
And how are we doing that?
I don't know, Allie. We'll figure it out at some point. It's too early on a Monday for follow-up questions. What are you doing?
Okay, sorry.
Hopefully you had a decent Mother's Day weekend. If you did not, and if you are a mom and the gift or the day was a total fail, we're also going to make it up to you by giving away another bonus hotel stay so you can get away from your family, moms.
Thank God. I feel like I need that more than ever.
I believe
this
it.
Weekend.
We will get into all that and more. Good morning. Welcome to KROQ. Traveling yesterday. I'm sure that went well.
Oh, my God.
Flawless day of travel.
I don't know why I chose to spend my Mother's Day at LAX on the bus of shame to Frontier Airlines.
Man, you had to take multiple buses, too, because you also parked far away as well.
Well, you know what? I parked at a hotel that doesn't exist anymore, which was a great budget decision.
I like it when you're so proud of yourself for your El Cheapo hacks, and then when you do say them out loud, sometimes you hear yourself saying them. And you did spend a lot of your Mother's Day on shuttle buses.
Well, I did take 2 buses, yes, because I had to take... So I parked at the place that I got parking at, which was $26 for 3 days. Great rate, right? Great rate. Let's just start there.
Pretty good, but once again...
It's pretty great. Now, the hotel doesn't exist anymore. It used to be a 4 Points by Sheraton.
Right.
It's closed, so you can't even get in. You have to ask the construction man to move all of the cones so that you can get into the parking area. Then, once you get in there, you scan your thing, you get in. There is no shuttle that picks you up.
Oh.
So I had to walk 10 minutes to a better parking location to get their shuttle. And then they took me to the airport. Then once I got there, I checked in. Then I had to get on a bus.
Allie, before you continue with
Terminal
this,
1 over to International.
this story
Tom
is
Bradley.
definitely a terminal story.
Because
Let me ask you a question. Did you have to pretend you parked at the better lot that you got on? You had to walk from your lot to another lot to hop on a shuttle. Were you allowed to use that shuttle?
They don't ask. You're just walking up with your rolly bag. I don't know where you came from.
I got it. But technically, it was stolen valor. You got on a shuttle that wasn't really
I got
your
on a shuttle. It
Right.
wasn't the shuttle that I
Okay, so go ahead. So continue the story.
corresponded with my parking.
For anyone who's listening, and taking notes because you want to relive Allie's great parking
This is what I
hack.
planned for myself for Mother's Day.
This is what she decided to do by choice.
This is what I've done to my own self.
Because for like a couple of dollars more, she could have either parked at the airport or, with a direct shuttle service.
The place that I picked up the shuttle from was $50 for 3 days, which is also a good rate, but I saved half.
Yeah. Oh,
with
yeah,
a
you
10-minute
did.
walk.
You sure did.
So once I got to the airport, then I had to check, because Frontier Airlines, which was $500 cheaper than every other airline, by the way, you have to check in at Terminal 1. Then you have to get on a bus and go across to another terminal, Terminal 5, because that's where the Frontier Airline gates are. Once you get off that bus, then you have to walk all the way to the last gate in the entire international terminal, gate 209, and that's where I was finally able to board my flight, which I almost was not on time for.
That is
because all this took so long.
Hey, she's got a system.
I had to do it all on the way back.
She's stuck with her system. She knows it's a terrible system, but she loves it because she looks at it and she goes, at the end of the day, I've saved myself what percentage of dollars? Who knows at this point?
I saved at least $550 doing all
Would you do
of
it again?
This. Yes, I think I would.
Wow.
I think I
God.
would. Because
really-
you know what? The thing is, no one has shamed.
I'm sad.
You don't value your time. You do not value your time.
I value my money,
Yes.
and I don't like how the airlines are ripping us all off. And you know what? I talked to my mother. My mother flew Spirit over the weekend because even she is going, these flight prices are getting ridiculous, and there shouldn't be shame associated with taking budget airlines. It's getting out of hand.
If your Mother's Day sounded at all like Allie's, we will reward you handsomely. Today, a one-night stay at the Pasea Hotel and Spa. We gave one of those away before we got out of here. We'll be doing another one, Huntington Beach, oceanfront room, and you get yourself a treatment. So let's be honest, moms. A lot of you, the day was maybe you had hopes and dreams of what it would have been, and instead it sounded like Allie hopping from shuttle bus to shuttle bus. We will make it up to one of you today and give you that Mother's Day you oh so deserve after the fact.
Yeah.
So we got that.
I'm sure there was one out there that was worse than mine.
I want to talk to the throat goat. I heard Steve got his put-ins.
All right. I don't want
is-
to talk about that.
Save that for later.
I don't
but
want to talk about
This
that.
is the greatest.
I would take any shuttle
Right?
at any time to avoid what I heard over the weekend.
This may be the new greatest information we've learned about Allie's mom, the throat goat, and we'll get to
Yeah.
that later this morning. If you'd like an easy $100 of Allie's money, get on the phone now, 800-520-1067.
No
Let's
wonder
go.
I have to save.
She
I'm
saved
giving away
a lot.
money.
She saved exactly $500 from her terrible travel over the weekend, and that money could be yours. Call now, 800-520-1067. That and more after this on, oh shoot, I just deleted the thing I need. And then if you'd like Allie's money, call us now. We'll come back with Allie Knows the News next on KROQ.
Enrollment starts now for Camp KROQ. Earn your merit badge at 9, noon, 3, and 6 when you win a 4-pack of one-day, one-park tickets to Disneyland Park or Disney California Adventure Park. At the Disneyland Resort, the happiest place on earth, you'll find all kinds of happy. You can find the travel to a galaxy far, far away kind of happy and that woohoo kind of happy. Join in the Disneyland Resort 70th celebration starting May 16th. Picture tent at KROQ all week to win. Full ticket and park reservation required.
KROQ.
This is
All right, let's give you a shot at an easy $100 as we kick off the show today. There's lots and lots of opportunities for you to win stuff. Maybe you've never called us before. You just listen, have us on in the background while you do other things that are way more important than this show. That's fine. But today will be a good day to get interactive with us. We got tickets all morning long, including a pair very soon for the sold-out Jack White show tonight at the Palladium. And then we'll give a mom a Mother's Day redo later on. We'll get you into Disneyland starting at 9 o'clock. And also have some advanced screening tickets for Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, only in theaters on Friday, May 23rd. So be ready to win all morning long. We start this morning with some Allie Knows the News and a brand new theme song inspired by you.
She makes tough choices, like not to clean Wesley when he spews. Let's find out if Allie knows the news. You're killing me, Larry!
Oh, beautiful.
Happy Mother's Day, Allie. I hope you got some sleep.
What a beautiful message. She did not.
No, I didn't.
Let's say hi to Angela in Chino Hills.
Someone clean that up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to KROQ. 5 questions about things going on in the world. If you have not been paying attention to anything this weekend, this will all be a shock to you. Allie has been traveling, shuttle busing, doesn't know anything going on, so it's an easy $100, and she will leave the KROQ studios in a moment.
All right.
When she's out and fully sequestered, your round will begin, so be ready to answer these questions quickly, confidently, and accurately. We get into your round of Allie Knows the News. Angela, answer them starting right now.
Allie Knows the News.
A man in San Bernardino was arrested after he was released from jail and then instantly re-arrested for doing what? This man was released from jail, then arrested again for doing what?
He was re-arrested for breaking into cars.
Question 2. An Amazon driver making headlines for getting caught doing what on the front porch of an L.A. home?
He pooped and peed.
Question 3.
And Allie didn't clean him up.
No, she didn't clean him up either. Add that to the list of people Allie's not cleaning up. Question 3. This legendary wrestler died at the age of 60.
Legendary wrestler died at the age of 60. I don't know wrestlers, and I hope it's not Hulk Hogan, and I think he's older than 60.
Not me, brother. Thanks, Hogan. He's good. Question 4.
Oh, thank you.
This rock band caused a minor earthquake during their show that just took place in Virginia.
Are you serious? We call it caused? Okay. Rock band that caused an earthquake. Man, I'm gonna give my age right here. I'm gonna say Kiss because
that's fine. It's okay. It's a fair guess. Those guys they like to rock and roll all night and party every day. It's true. Question number 5, and I don't care about this, but the world seems to. For their first public appearance together in a long time, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were spotted in what city on Mother's Day?
They were spotted on Mother's Day. I'm gonna say they were spotted in. What city?
Yep.
Los Angeles.
All right.
I'm from New York.
That's right, Fetcho. You got it. Now, we'll score it together in the end. Don't worry. You still have a chance. Bring Allie. Send Allie in here. Get her back.
All right, bring Allie
Someone
in.
shuttle bus Allie back to the studio. She went to the remote waiting area. There she is. She saved a couple of bucks. Allie, you're battling Angela now. She wants your money, understandably, tomorrow morning around the same time. If you're listening and think to yourself, I know these answers, I know the news, well, prove you know more than Allie, and she will pay you her money. Here we go. Question 1. A man in San Bernardino was released from jail, then instantly was re-arrested again for doing what?
Ooh.
Released and then re-arrested again.
Robbing?
More specific. I'm going to need more specific.
Robbing people?
Okay, that is more specific. Thank you.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
No. Actually, you know who got it right? Angela got it right. He was breaking into cars in the parking lot.
All right, so we both get a point.
Now, Angela gets a point.
What do you mean?
Attempting to
She was robbing people for sure.
He was obviously robbing people.
Robbing people. Question number 2.
They don't rob cars, dude.
That's true.
An Amazon driver is making headlines after being caught doing what on the front porch of an L.A. home?
She was pooping and also peeing.
That is correct.
I love that video so much.
Angela
So
got
good.
that right as well, and now she's on the board 2. Allie's got 1, and we go to question number 3. Speaking of 2.
By the way, if they said, we could deliver it same day, but the person is going to poop at your doorstep, would you still do it?
Hell yeah.
The answer is I have a solution for this, and I don't even want to say it on the air because it's such a good solution that I think that Amazon would pay me for it. But I
Is
think
it putting bathrooms in their trucks?
Damn it. No, it's not. No, it's a much better solution. That's a stupid solution. I really do have a solution for this, and I think that the general public would love this solution as well.
So you're going to hide it from everyone? What a selfish prick.
I will share it, but I can't do it now because we're in the middle of scoring, and you're still down 1 with 2 questions left. This legendary wrestler died at the age of 60.
Oh, God. What is his name? Starts with an S. Sumi? Serg.
I can't accept any of those.
It starts with an S and it has 4 letters.
You got that right.
So there you go.
Sabu!
Damn it!
Boo to you. We got a final question. Allie needs this one. Nope, sorry, 2 questions left. This rock band caused a minor earthquake at their show in Virginia recently.
This rock band. The Rolling Stones.
Oh, no. She said Kiss. Metallica.
It's always them, isn't it?
Always Metallica. And final question, and Allie, you need this just to tie it up, or it's game over. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, spotted together in person on Mother's Day in what city?
Well, I know Taylor Swift lives in New York. Is it New York?
Not New York. She said L.A. Also wrong. They were in
Kansas City?
Philadelphia.
Oh.
Philly. And no one wants to be spotted there.
Right?
Why don't we spend Mother's Day in Philadelphia?
Well, with a final score of 2-1.
Damn it.
Angela, we start the week. Allie just saved all that money on her trip, and now she's got to pay the people already. Congratulations. You just got $100 richer.
Thank you.
There you go. What must you shamefully admit? Allie over the airwaves of K-Rock. Go ahead.
Is it Jessica?
It's Angela. You got that wrong as well.
Damn it.
Allie's lost another one.
I'm Allie, and Angela knows the news.
Another one wrong. Final score is now 1-6 somehow. I don't know how that happened.
No.
All right. If you want money, I recommend you remember this a week from today and get yourself an easy $100. On a Monday, Allie almost always pays the people on the world famous KROQ. for a sold-out show tonight. The Palladium will be happening at some time between now and, 7 a.m. In fact, Omar's got a whole library of the whitest things Allie has said. And she has said some white-ass things on this show. She's always...
I love a library.
See, that's very white and somehow racist that you chose that as a white thing to say. But regardless, Allie says white things. Give us an example of one of the many white things Allie has said.
I'm looking here.
And she sounds the whitest.
Boobykins.
Boobykins. That's pretty white. That's a white thing. She said...
That's a white nickname?
Yeah, a boobykins, yes. No cool person.
Who else
whatever.
says boobykins?
Yeah, that's got to be white person.
Yeah, totally.
Sure, someone.
So, anyway, if you hear Allie, if Omar randomly drops in the clip of Allie saying something super white, we will send you to someone who's even...
Buying these just for the whites.
That's
wow, that was graphic.
That is. God. You hear that?
I didn't think it would be that white.
Call us and get yourself tickets to see Jack White tonight at a sold-out show. We've got lots of 5 pairs to give you to get you in tonight, so just be listening for Allie to say something super white. And when she does, call us 800-520-1067. The first thing will be dropped upon you at some point between now and 7 a.m. Get your tickets, get into the show.
Hey, I am a long lineage of white.
Yes, you
all
sure are.
All different places, all white places. My last name's Johnson. It's the whitest last name there is. It's Columbus month, everyone. We're going to tell you how great he was, how he discovered America, and he could do no wrong.
Oh, boy. That is another one of those clips.
Are we giving away all the tickets already?
We'll get every pair has been given away. We're going to make sure this Jack White show is the whitest show out there. Speaking of white, I was at the Magic Castle over the weekend. And
why are we focusing on me?
That's a place that I have, most people, if you live in LA, at some point, it's kind of, you get I've been there one time. It's a lot of fanfare. Understandably, it's a Magic Castle.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it is fun. And I left there.
And it's cool. It's in the heart of Hollywood,
right.
In the middle of everything. It's cool.
I actually was surprised, because you know me, I'm all cynical and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, you were bitching about it on Friday. Like, I gotta get a suit.
Well, I did have to get a suit. I mean, that is true. And not only a suit, you got to wear a tie also. And I was told on my way in that my shoes were not up to snuff.
What does that mean?
You can't wear sneakers, apparently.
You were wearing
suit.
Sneakers?
Yeah, for comfort. And they told me...
You can't wear regular...
Nope. I got turned away.
What?
Luckily, I did have... I was aware that this could be a problem.
Did you wear golf shoes?
And I did end up wearing golf shoes, because those were acceptable. No, I had other shoes in the car. But, it is, it's one of these few places. I don't know how many places on the planet still have, one of those extreme level dress codes where you can't even get in.
Classic places.
Yeah, but it does feel like that does seem like from a time far, far. And I know they want it to feel that way. They want to feel like you're entering a whole different land. And you walk in and everyone's all dressed up. You got to wear a tie. Although I guess I could have worn a bolo.
Cool. You should have worn a bolo.
Don't have a bolo, unfortunately. Oh. So close to Stagecoach. How could I not get a bolo?
Yeah.
And
you could have worn cowboy boots.
I will say that for the first time ever, because I am not one of those guys that usually gets picked to be, hey, you, sir, you're going to be my muse. I'm not the guy they go to, because I think I have a, resting monster face, and I'm not like an attractive. I think a lot of times they go for an attractive female, or they go for someone that looks like.
Or if there's a party, or it's like somebody's birthday or
right.
some kind of big group, they'll go with someone from that.
This guy, a magician, I forget his name, but he was pretty impressive.
I'm sure that's great for him.
Well, right.
He was impressive. I don't know what his name was, but he impressed me.
Yeah, the amazing whatever or something.
I don't know why I never get picked.
Yeah, this guy was, the fantastic something or the amazing who know.
All right.
He picked me out of the crowd, and he said, I need you to do me a favor. And I'm like, oh, great.
God, it's the
Dude,
worst.
I would love that.
I'm already wearing a tie. I know. I always want to get picked, too.
There always are people
Drive me to LAX.
Sir, I need a ride to the airport.
I feel like I should ask annoying favors of this guy.
And I drove him. And that was the trick. He got on the plane, and ta-da, he's gone. He says, I want you to think of an activity that you did in high school and write down on this little piece of paper what the activity is you did in high school. And I'm nowhere near the stage. I'm in the back, and I'm like, all right, and I'm jotting down something.
Do you have? They gave you pieces of paper.
He handed me a scrap piece of paper, and a pencil, and I write it down. And then my handwriting's terrible too. You know that. So
God, I can't even read one thing you've written.
So I think to myself, at least if there's, because I'm like, well, how do these tricks happen? So I go, if there's cameras in the ceiling, they're not going to be able to read what I wrote anyway, because my handwriting is so god awful. So I write down my activity from high school.
Are you one of those guys who's like trying to figure out how they're doing the tricks all the time?
Well, I'm not going to write down soccer or some obvious thing that people do in high school. You know,
I'm sure you put smoking weed.
God damn it.
And I'm sure he picked you because you look like you smoke weed.
You stupid stoner.
Allie, you're ruining the trick. You're a mentalist too.
Okay, so am I impressive?
The amazing Allie just did the same trick this guy did. Unbelievable.
Wow.
So he goes, write down an activity. I guess it's not that impressive anymore now. I can't believe you just figured it out.
Can't you?
He writes down an activity in high school.
Why don't we pick the guy who got turned away for wearing sneakers? And guess what activity he did in high school?
And then he goes, now rip up the paper and write
Smoke it.
and then he goes, write down something you used to do the activity.
Okay.
So I write down
joint.
I wrote down bong.
Okay.
Not so smart are you? So I write down bong, and then I put it in my pocket and fold it down. He moves on with the show, does his whole little blah, 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 pitter-patter nonsense. You know? And then at the end, he goes, all right, you, my volunteer, get up here. No, I didn't volunteer. He pointed at me. So I just reminded him, not a volunteer.
But it's interesting. I think that's intentional, right? That he picked you instead of asking for a volunteer.
Why is that?
Because I'm sure that's part of his trick, that he picks somebody who he knows is going to get the result that he wants.
So you think he looked at his whole audience of 100 people and said, that guy looks like he smoked weed in high school and picks me?
Yes. It's very intentional that he chose somebody instead of asking for a volunteer. I think it's more impressive to ask for a volunteer.
What if I had written down reading?
Look at you. Mentalists and those kind of they're just reading people.
Yeah.
So, and they can tell you're giving away a lot of signs.
What sign? I'm more saying
Turtle Group, dude. You got Turtle Group written all over you.
You do. I mean, you would be able to read that if you read.
So the guy calls me up and then he says, stand here. He writes down something on his big piece of paper and he goes, at the count of 3, show what you wrote on your thing. And I pulled out the wrong piece of paper. My pockets are full of crap. So first I pulled out my parking validation thing, and then of course I pull it out, it says bong. He turns over his thing that he had written down, his bong in big letters, and everyone has a good laugh. And they're all like, look at the dumb's pothead in the front of the room.
Were you amazed?
Yeah, I was until you just did the same trick right now on the radio, and then I was less amazed. But at the time I thought it was pretty incredible, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
magic is alive and well in the heart of Hollywood. That's what I thought for a second.
I mean, it's always impressive when that can happen. That's the whole point,
but
right?
But then people kept coming up to me throughout the next. You run into these people walking through the halls of the castle, and they're like, "Hey, did you know that guy?" Like people would thought I was in on the act. Like, are you?
I see.
Hey,
right.
Did he tell you to write down
They're
bong?
trying to trace it back and
I'm
figure out how he did it.
No one told me to write down bong. And now, hello.
Yes, hello. How's it going? This is Larry Lupini. I am a magician at the famous Magic Castle. And
my guy didn't have an accent like you, Larry Lupini. He's just spoke regular English, no accent.
Okay.
Klein, I heard you were coming down here to do your visit, and I was wondering if you wanted to come by. I heard you had special buttholes, and I was wondering if you would bring your magic assholes to the Magic Castle and we could do butthole tricks with you. It would be very special.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, what you did was more impressive than that, I think.
805 said I would have had him written down on the card, right hand.
Just would have been a lot of masturbating.
Yeah.
I did a lot of masturbating.
I just hold that up for everybody, for them to make fun of you for the rest of the evening.
Well, the whole time, because my wife was sitting next to me, and she didn't know what I had written down, but her biggest fear is being publicly embarrassed. And, being married to me is like just constant public embarrassment over and over again. So she's just, the whole time I'm writing something, she's just going, please don't do something that's going to make
Just do something basic and easy, right?
So she didn't even know it was on the card either. And then when I asked her,
because she thinks you're going to try to be funny.
And I asked her at the end, I'm like, what did you think I wrote down on the card? And she said, lube. I said, why would you think I wrote down lube on the card?
What makes you think I would go through that effort to use lube?
Yeah, and she goes, I don't know. I just assumed you were going to, that's what she was she spent the whole show, she said, upset about the fact that she thought.
You think the magician was going to hold up a big card that said lube?
She was like, I know at the end you're going to stand up there and everyone's going to see lube and look at me like I'm your, and I was like, don't worry. I wrote the respectable word bong. So there you go. But Castle, listen.
You were impressed.
Impressed.
And dinner was good.
Very pricey. Like, incredibly pricey.
Yeah, very
And then when you leave, this is the greatest trick they have there because you don't really have a choice. There's no parking option. So either you have to Uber over there. If you do drive yourself, they're like, oh, we'll take your car.
They're like, it's a castle.
They, at the end, the guy's like, you don't have your ticket stamped to show you were here. And I'm like, well look, I'm in a goddamn suit right now. Did you not see me up in the front of the stage with a bong trick? And then the guy goes, you got to go inside and get it stamped or else we got to charge you full price. I get it stamped. Then I go out. They go $30.
What?
That's after you get it stamped, Allie.
Whoa.
I go, my coworker just parked at the airport for 3 days for less than that. Ta-da!
Klein Alley Show.
The world famous KROQ.
K-Rock. We are Klein Alley Show. If you need us, the numbers to join, 800-520-1067. Well said. Let's get into your news now. Then a brand new hour of the show can officially begin. Lots to give you today, including Disneyland tickets, premiere screening passes for some Mission Impossible, and Jack White sold out tonight at Palladium. That will all be happening in your near future. But first, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for A.D.D. News.
Well, the big national news over the weekend is that Trump is getting a brand new jet and that China and America are chilling out on the tariffs, at least for now. They are holding it off to just 30% over the next 90 days so that they can, calm down, figure their ass out, and come to some kind of an agreement moving forward. But they already say that the ports are feeling empty. A lot of workers are now seeing less work. Part-time workers are not being called in to work at the ports. These are some of the shipments
P-O-R-T.
that the ones that are coming in now are going to extend through, these are some of the first Christmas shipments that are coming in. So if we're not seeing those, this is already starting to affect what Christmas and the holidays are going to look like. But they also are saying that that fireworks are going to be affected.
No.
So more places are going to be doing drone shows instead of firework shows because they're not going to be getting the firework imports that they so heavily rely on during the summer. So it's going to be a real droney.
Omar, you still have your connection for the illegal?
I still have the hookup. Yeah,
the illegal fireworks.
Sure.
I mean, I do know the illegal fireworks a lot of times start in China eventually, but hopefully you can figure out another way to work around. A lot of these fireworks don't come in, the above board way anyway.
Yeah.
They're not declaring like fireworks shipment coming to the ports. These are things that are, hidden inside of watermelons and shipped to the country.
Right, exactly. But the thing is, some of the drone shows, because some of the big fireworks shows have already been replaced by drones, but there are a lot of rules and laws around where drones can fly because they can't be over people's homes and stuff like that, because if anything goes wrong, it could hurt people, or they, there's...
But fireworks can?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, but fireworks. But I guess there's
But I think anywhere fireworks can be, drones can be, right?
Well, no, wrong, Jake. That's a stupid thing to say from a stupid man, because the reality is that the fireworks, once they are usually airborne, it's the launching of the fireworks that are the rules on. Once they're in the sky, it doesn't necessarily matter. The drone,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, because if it comes back down...
And I'm the idiot. Okay.
Yeah, you are. The drones are heavy pieces of machinery.
Yeah, that would hurt somebody way more than like an ember from a firework.
Okay, well, a house when it catch on fire.
You don't know. Drone hits a
From
house.
a drone.
And explodes. Sure, could happen. Could happen, Jake.
But I'm just saying there's a lot more regulation about where drones are allowed. More so than fireworks. You're right. It's about where they're shooting them off. It's not about where you can see them.
Also, if you're one of those perverts with one of the drones you're using to peep on people,
you're like, I'll just be part of this drone show, and then I'll peel off and go look at some naked ladies.
Some pervert drone is like, hey, this drone show is just hovering by my shower. That's weird.
Hey guys, I'm doing a drone show for 4th of July. Yeah. Don't worry about it. All right, if you've seen or if you've been to the LA Zoo, especially before 11 a.m., you've probably seen protesters yelling through loudspeakers as you go in. I've been there for that. It's super awkward. It's been happening for years. And if you listen closely, you will hear them chanting about the elephants Billy and Tina. Now, Billy and Tina have been there for a long time. They've been there for decades. There have been controversy the entire time they've been there. And now the drama has heated up. Cher is involved. Here's what's going on. The LA Zoo announced finally that Billy and Tina were going to be leaving the zoo, which I was like, oh, great. Finally, those protesters got what they wanted. Now they're more mad than ever because they're being transferred to another zoo. Yes, it's another zoo, but it's way bigger. It's in Tulsa. It has better conditions. It has acres of walking space, and they would be with other elephants, but it's still a zoo. And what the protesters want is for Billy and Tina to retire. They've served their time. At least that's what Cher has said. But in the past, it was Lily Tomlin, Bob Barker. There have been a lot of celebrities that have fought for Billy and Tina. But I mean, Billy and Tina have been around for decades. They're in their 50s and 60s, I believe. And Cher and Lily Tomlin and Bob Barker have probably seen that entire thing take place, and they're like, enough is enough. But I will say that I've been to Thailand where they have like those, quote, elephant sanctuaries, and that's where they want them to go, is a sanctuary. Sanctuary is a term that is being very loosely used. A lot of those places that were like chaining elephants are like, now it's a sanctuary. We took the chains off, but they're still making them perform. They're still having people come and pay to look at them. So I don't know if any place is really great for an elephant.
Yeah, let them loose in the wild in Africa, and they'll probably get hunted pretty quickly for their tusks because they're old and they can't move fast. So,
well, yeah, I mean, when you've spent this long in captivity,
Right.
you can't really make it out on your own. But also, these elephants are being kept by themselves, and elephants are very social animals, so they don't want them to be alone.
phones are full at KROQ, and I'm wondering why. Ryan, why are you on the phone right now?
I'm calling about Allie saying the racist, the whitest things.
What is the
Okay.
white thing Allie said?
Cinco de Mayo.
That is
Cinco de Mayo.
That is one of the whitest ways you could possibly say Cinco de Mayo, and as a result of you calling, when Allie said something super white, you'll be seeing Jack White. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Hold on. You'll be at the sold-out show tonight at the Palladium. That's one pair of tickets down. We still have 4 more pairs of tickets to give you today, and then we'll do it again all day tomorrow.
What an upgraded Monday. All right. I don't know how much drinking you did this weekend or how much you're going to do tonight at Jack White, but if it was a lot, you may have had less company. And we've been hearing about for a while people drinking less and less, and being California sober is more of a thing than ever. Younger people are choosing to drink less and less. We know this, but a new study has shown the main reason for the decline in drinking. It's not because we don't want to be wasted, because we do. We just can't afford it.
God, drinks are...
Dude, like $18 easy for a drink.
I don't know.
And I'm like, I don't know if I really. And then the whole time you're like, should I have gotten this? Do I like this as much as I would have liked the other thing that I got?
You also have to do the math. Like, if you're the type of person that needs 3-4 drinks to even feel it, as Vanessa likes to say, you need to know going in, what's the point of even buying 2 drinks?
That's like $100.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be $100 for me
It's
to
an
get...
expensive habit.
Right. Even that is going to be... Where it used to be, that was a great way for pretty cheap to get a nice feel going. Like, buy a shot, couple of drinks. You'd be into this thing $30 maybe, you had a good night. Now, forget it.
That's why you drink in the parking lot, dude.
That's right, Jake. Well said.
Like a respectable man. But I also think that people are like, hey, you know what? I could not drink and just take this microdose of mushrooms and have a great night.
Yeah.
And I'm spending way less.
But I think that people are really going, what's the point of going? Even the concept of buying a round of drinks for friends, which used to be the thing, it didn't matter no matter how broke. I remember my first job was making $18,000 a year. Still, if you'd go out with a group of friends, you're like, I'll buy this round. And it didn't feel like it was going to be like, you had to really think about it.
Dude,
You're
yeah,
just like, I'm
buying
going to buy
a
a
round
round.
would be like $150.
Yeah, mortgage. All right, we'll get into a brand new hour of the show. We do it after this one. It will be the greatest hour of your life. We'll prove it to you next on KROQ.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Porch County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, welcome to your Monday. Good morning. We are Klein Alley Show. I'm Klein. That is Allie right there.
Ollie, you dumbass.
Okay, calm down. Save it. Lots
Monday
to get to.
anger.
This hour on the show, we're going to redo your Mother's Day. If you are a mom, even if you're a fur mom and you had a terrible day yesterday, it was supposed to be your day, and maybe you didn't get that R&R, you didn't get that rest and relaxation. Maybe you spent all day in the ER because one of your kids tried to swallow a Lego. Who knows? Whatever the reason is, your Mother's Day was a fail. We will go ahead and try to make it right. We've done this before. It's like a Mother's Day redo, and the prize we have for you moms this hour is a one-night stay. You could bring your kid if you want, but I would recommend you just take a night to yourself.
Don't do it.
Pasea Hotel Spa, Huntington Beach, oceanfront room, treatment at the Arna Spa. Yes, it's great when your kids give you those homemade flowers that they make every year with tissue paper and pipe cleaner, but the reality is you act excited and you have a moment. I saw Allie posted this little keychain her kid made her.
Uncle, his little hand.
But most of the keychain, as you know, was written, it was Sharpie and it was written on by an adult.
Yeah, but he traced his own hand, and he colored the hand the way he wanted to.
But let's be honest, it's cool because it's your kid, but
it's my first Mother's Day gift from my kid.
I got it, but let's just say you're a mom and you've been getting those for 9 years now, and you're going all right, at some point.
I don't need this many keychains. We don't even have keys anymore.
Right.
What is the point?
I don't need this anymore. So we want to give you something that you could actually want and you deserve, and that'll be coming up this hour on the show. So just be ready to tell us why your Mother's Day was an epic fail. And if you're driving your kids to school right now and they're in the car and you still want to tell us why it was a fail because of them, we'd love to hear those stories.
Use code words.
Yeah, we'll get to that coming up this hour. Also, Unload GOAT together, 844-956. GOAT is the GOAT line. Comments, critiques, and criticisms, we will share them with you over the airwaves of KROQ. That is all coming up. And listen for Allie to say more of those white lady sayings. Because that could result in you getting some Jack White tickets this hour right here on KROQ. Why this woman said this.
Ollie, you dumbass.
We will get into the GOAT line calls now at 844-956-GOAT. There's a reason that she said it. I don't know why she said it, but I'm so glad we have this audio because I think we're going to use it a lot.
Ollie, you dumbass.
She is angry, and that's why the GOAT line is there. Sometimes it's compliments, sometimes it's critiques, other times it's criticisms.
Can we be a little gentle today?
Well, listen, this is a good way to start because this is a gentle message that's waiting for us on the GOAT line. The GOAT line's number is always there for you 24/7, 365. The number is 844-956 GOAT. And the first message, I think you will appreciate, Allie.
I just want to tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys, because, like, there was a time where I had a dark past where, you know, a girl left me. I was listening to Ryan Seacrest. And Ryan's Roses. And then all of a sudden I'm like, you know, I need to change. And I flipped the switch, and I flipped it, and I found Klein and Alley.
So this guy was a dark past, listening to fake radio with hired actors and actresses. So once again, that's not real. Those are all staged and scripted calls. Those are not real people. And maybe it finally made sense to the guy, and he made the switch, and he came back, and he found us, and now his life has probably gotten instantly better, I would think.
I'm like, oh my God, this this gave me my opportunity back. It gave my sense of humor back, and I found my girl. I couldn't be thankful enough more for you guys and all stuff.
What an idiot!
Enough more.
Damn it! I thought we had a win there, but
hey, he was listening to Ryan's Roses for a long time.
That's true. He's got to be. He's got to be simple to a certain extent.
Enough more for you guys and all stuff. And I just want to send you some appreciation, and I love you guys. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for making the switch. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, we're the ones who are having listeners date each other and almost getting sued for it.
Oh, yeah. Vanessa just had a meeting with the lawyers, and they said that we're
we
apparently,
can't do that.
Of all of the things, we've broken quite a few rules this year.
Because we really do them.
Right, because we really do them. And they always say, why don't you guys do what Seacrest does and just fake it? And we're like, no, that's not cool. We would rather actually pair listeners together and make them go out in the real world. And apparently the lawyer said that is a real problem. We can't do that. But we do put a disclaimer and tell each other, please don't murder. We say that, please don't murder each other.
Yeah, we feel like if we say that, then we're good.
Yeah. Did you ask the lawyer that, Vanessa, if we say don't murder each other, if we're in the clear, or?
I didn't.
Right. Well, you should have done that. That would have been helpful.
I love that Vanessa was so worried about it.
I was worried because now that I know this information, when we do it next year, I'm going to be like, but I've been warned.
Yeah.
I know. Vanessa, don't worry about it.
Such a rule follower.
She loves the rules.
She's like, guys, we're breaking a lot of rules. We're like, don't worry.
Someone has to be the one that knows the rules.
No.
Guys.
That's not how radio works.
By the way, the lawyers have been chiming about all this stuff for a long time. And she is so funny because she's like, did you know that someone died because they drank too much water? And we're like, yes.
yes.
We all know that.
We've been hearing that same story for years.
Hold your pee for a wee.
Right,
we all know.
We all know about that, all right? We know about all. Right. Well, don't worry. We know about all this.
All those things that they used to scare you were like new to Vanessa.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God.
It did. Next story. Go ahead. Next call on the GOAT line.
Hey, it's currently Saturday, and I'm listening to KROQ on the radio, and Nicole Alvarez is there, and she's doing her show live, and she shows up for her fans. And I would like to know why you idiots are at home instead of being on the radio first today. Happy Mother's Day, Allie. Love you guys.
All right, what a beautiful message. Thank you for that. A lovely message right there.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Nicole is here every Saturday and Sunday live because she cares that much.
Well, she has the energy to go to every show for every hour, all the time.
It's true.
In every city.
There must be 6 or 7. There must be multiple Nicole Alvarez's. We go to this final message, and we'll find out why someone is angry at Allie.
I didn't think that nobody thought an American was going to be Pope because an American has never been a Pope in the 2,000 years. So, Ali, you dumbass. America didn't even exist over 300 years.
Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate the message. I guess when you said it's been 2,000 years, there's never been an American Pope, she's saying...
I'm just saying the 2,000 year... That's what everyone was saying. In the 2,000 year history of popedom...
Right, popedom.
There's never been an American Pope.
Well...
was I supposed to clarify and say, but for the last 300 years, America has been eligible?
Yeah, well, listen, we say a lot of dumb things on the show, but understandably, some of those stick out to people more than others.
Ali, you dumbass.
Well, I think she's a fan, though. She's still a fan. We got to take a quick break.
Love you.
When we get back, moms, it's your time to shine. Yesterday was not the day you were hoping for. Maybe you think that you made it crystal clear as to how you wanted the day to go, and it did not go that way. Maybe you got a present, and it was the worst possible present you could have gotten, like a scale, or like the time my dad got my mom a blender, and she was like, "Why did you do this for me? So I can cook for you more?" And he was like, "Yeah,
because I like smoothies now."
So if you want to get in on this, call now. We will reward one of you with the Mother's Day you should have received. 800-520-1067. Mother's Day redo. We'll do that next on KROQ.
Enrollment starts now for Camp KROQ. Earn your merit badge at 9, noon, 3, and 6 when you win a 4-pack of one-day, one-park tickets to Disneyland Park or Disney California Adventure Park. At the Disneyland Resort, the happiest place on earth, you'll find all kinds of happy. You can find the travel to a galaxy far, far away kind of happy and that woohoo kind of happy. Join in the Disneyland Resort 70th celebration starting May 16th. Pitch your tent at KROQ all week to win. Full ticket and park reservation required.
KROQ.
Hey, it's Klein. about you. That day was yesterday. And did it work out how you had planned?
Hi, Cabby.
Hi, Mom. If you did not have the Mother's Day you were hoping for, bad gifts, or had to step in and actually be a mom for the day, take care of sick kids, whatever, we'd love to make it up to you. A little Mother's Day redo. Someone's going to get themselves a one-night hotel stay on the ocean, and we will give that away with some Mother's Day redo stories next, right here on KROQ. Some sweet arts and crafts made out of macaroni yesterday, Moms? Or perhaps was one of those flowers with the pipe cleaner and the tissue paper? Oh, teachers love having the kids make that. Or the thing that I used to get every year, I think they finally stopped doing it because it proved my kids don't know me at all. This was for Father's Day, but they did it for Mother's Day, too. They give you like a questionnaire about your mom or dad, and they'll be like, your mom's favorite TV show is... And it's just like, you're reading these things, you're like, I don't think my kids even know me at all.
Wow.
One of my kids wrote down my favorite food was salad.
Salad?
And I was like, what?
What, do you even know me?
I was like,
that other magician knew I smoked weed.
Yeah, I was like, I was never at a... Anyway, it's Mother's Day redo time. If you're a mom and you didn't get the day you were hoping for, that one day of the 365 days of the year that's all about you, supposed to be about you. Maybe it's sleeping in, maybe it's...
I didn't even get that.
Yeah, Allie got nothing. She had a... I mean, I know you're with your family. So
I got a happy Mother's Day from my wife. That was it.
What does that mean?
No.
Oh.
I wouldn't do... No.
I thought that's called a Happy Mother's Day.
In my sister's home?
I
No,
don't know.
Definitely not.
I didn't know.
I even thought for a second, I was like, yeah, maybe I'm changing my mind on this whole Mother's Day card thing. It would have been nice to get something.
Oh, you didn't even get a card?
Mm-mm. I got
Didn't
one.
your sister take credit for something that you did?
She hijacked my Mother's Day card for my mother.
Oh, she didn't get anything and she just added her name or
No, in
something?
the morning of, I was like, did you get something for Mom? She was like, no. I was like, did you get a card? She was like, no. I was like, well, she's going to be here in 15 minutes. We got to get her something. And she was like, can I sign your card? I was like,
damn.
Okay.
You let her do it?
Yeah.
You let her sign your card?
I know. After I was about to put it in the envelope and everything.
You should call your mom and tell her that.
That she didn't get me
She was
anything?
like, just so you know, I know her name was on the card, but she didn't really do anything.
No.
That
I
would
don't
be
want to do
such
that.
great
Then I'm
drama.
outing my sister.
Yeah, why not?
I think she also didn't give her anything for her birthday.
Really?
Yeah, she just doesn't think about that.
My
stuff.
sisters always, there's some sort of, they always have some sort of a plan together. And then I'll be like, hey, I was like, Mom, have any new hobbies? And they're like, no, we already got her a pedicure and a manicure. I'm like, can I jump in on that? They're like, nah, it's not really enough to come from three of us. Sorry.
Really?
And I'm always like, God damn it.
Yeah, we got her a really nice massage, and then she was like, oh, cool, can I go halves on that? So she took my gift and my card.
Oh, man, she's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she had a great Mother's Day weekend.
She doesn't have to do anything because she's a favorite.
Yeah.
She's the favorite. She probably. I could see you giving her something and your hot sister not giving your mom something, and your mom still being like, "I like what she."
Why
gave
can't you
me."
be more like your sister and give me nothing?
Yeah, that's what I really want is nothing. Well, anyway, not everyone had a great Mother's Day. We get it, and there is something weird about when you're around other moms that are bragging because they had such a great day. Like, we went to brunch and then we went to tea, and
Or I
then
didn't
we
have to lift a finger.
Right, and then you're like, God, I was at the ER all day. I get it. So we would like to give one of you moms right now a Mother's Day redo. One night stay, Pasea Hotel Spa, Huntington Beach, ocean front room, and a treatment at the Arna Spa. You deserve it. And let's hear your stories now. Why was yesterday and this year's Mother's Day an epic and colossal fail? We start with Joe. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, guys. Happy Mother's Day, Allie.
Oh, thanks.
What happened to you?
So yesterday, my whole family, there's like 17 of us, a bunch of moms, were hanging out at my sister's pool in the backyard of Woodland Hills, big, huge yard. And my little chihuahua's running around, and all of a sudden a hawk swoops down and takes my dog.
Up in the air?
Horrifying. Yes, gone. I was screaming, crying. The kids were crying. It was like, are you kidding me right now? It was traumatic.
Does this have a happy ending, or is this where the story ends?
No, that's the end. The dog is gone. My dog is gone.
What?
On Mother's Day.
So the hawk just took your dog and flew away. You never got it back.
No, that's not how it works, Allie.
No, I mean sometimes like they'll drop it, or there's.
They try to pay. It's heavier than they think, and they can't. So it's oh my God, that is one of my biggest fears in this entire world. I had a smaller dog. That was one of my biggest fears constantly. They circle. You go, these things are going to grab the dog and flop. I've heard these stories before. I've never met. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That is terrible.
Dude.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it really, really sucked, and. Yeah, it was horrifying for everyone there. I could use a spa.
Stop with the hawk sounds.
Well, was it at the beginning or at the end?
Like in the middle. We're all frolicking and having Bloody Marys and mimosas, and yeah, it was kind of ruined the whole vibe.
Yeah, I would think so.
Hold on. That is, I mean, part of me wants to hope that she's lying about this to win a trip, but
you think she's lying?
I hope she is, because that's got to be something.
If a mother is lying about this to get a Mother's Day redo, isn't she having a hard enough time anyway?
Joe, are you lying about this, or this really happened?
100% wish I was lying.
I do too.
Can't even
I really
tell
do. Quiet down. That's not me doing a hawk impression live.
So he sounds different.
Thank you.
Oh.
Guys, come on. Shut up, Klein. Those are old sounds of me. Omar's playing them out of context.
Not fair.
All right, let's move on.
Why are we rubbing it
That's
in?
going to be tough to beat.
Oh, my God.
Daya, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Hi, guys. Good morning. Happy Mother's Day.
Same to you. Why was your day a colossal fail?
So I had just ordered on Amazon this really cute blinged out license plate for my car. I take care of my car really good. So my daughter asked me, can I borrow your car to go to work? And I was like, okay, you got to be careful. Like, what time are you coming back? Because everybody's coming over. She's like, I will. I'll be safe. Don't worry. So I let her borrow my car, and I checked on the 360 app or whatever, and I saw that she was at an intersection for a minute, and I'm like, start calling her. She doesn't answer. And then finally, she pulls up, and she's crying. I said, what happened? She goes, I'm so sorry. Come outside. She rear-ended somebody in my cold. Yeah, it was.
That's a bummer right there because
daughter crashed your car on Mother's Day.
Your car on Mother's Day when you stepped up and did the mom thing. You could borrow my car, no problem, kid. I got you.
And that's 100% her fault.
Yeah, and she was. Yeah,
There's
of course.
no fighting that.
No. Rear end, you are always. Even if the person in front of you is driving like a dick, you're at fault. Always.
Blinged out license plate is gone too.
It's now I feel bad that we only have one of these hotel night stays to give away because I feel like all of these people are going to be deserving of an escape and a Mother's Day redo.
Scott, can you get a bunch more?
Can we get 20 more hotel stays? I don't even want to take this next story now because Jenny, how was your Mother's Day spent?
Hi, good morning. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Thanks, you too.
So I spent my weekend at a basketball tournament, and then after that, I just went back to mom mode, cooking, washing, laundry, showers.
Nothing for you? Was there a moment for you? Did anyone celebrate you in any way?
I mean, the kids got me flowers and my husband, but, that was it. That's all I got.
This will help you give you the energy for your chores.
Yeah. Here's some flowers. Now move them out of the way and clean that counter.
Yeah.
It does seem like some people go, as long as we just get something out of the way early, that's it. The day is over. My wife pulled the most, I want to say gangsta, but also unexpected move ever. She got home on Friday night and she goes, Mother's Day weekend has begun. And I'm like, Mother's Day weekend? What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, Mother's Day weekend. She's like, that's right. Can you take care of the kids tonight? I'm like, it's Friday night.
Whoa.
What are we doing? You get all day
Mother's
Sunday.
Day for her is that you are 100% responsible for the kids?
Everything, yeah.
Wow.
Everything.
So that was all weekend?
All weekend.
Man, that sounds great.
But I didn't know where a lot of stuff was or how to do
Can
a
you
lot
do
of
it for
stuff.
me too?
But I didn't know most of the stuff. She's like, can you make sure that she has her stuff out for school tomorrow? I'm like, what does she need for school tomorrow? I don't even know.
Really?
Yeah. She's like, she needs a certain this book, and it's Monday. She has soccer. I go, where's that stuff? So like, it was like
figure it out. I'll be relaxing.
Yeah, it was a lot of like that, but it was like one of those moves. All right, let's say hi to Eve. Good morning, Eve. Why did you have a terrible Mother's Day fail? We have to give away this one night hotel stay. Give someone a better Mother's Day after the fact. What's up?
Good morning. Happy late Mother's Day. I'm calling because I went on a road trip with 5 kids and 1 husband and packed everyone's bag, including a toddler, everyone's bag, Ziploc snacks, everyone's snacks, left everything in the front. We get there, no one brought my bag. So everyone has their stuff. I have no underwear, no anything, no nothing. No one took my bag.
So you had no clothes, nothing for the trip?
No clothes. I had to go all El Cheapo and look all anywhere thrift stores just because I'm not going to waste money for a weekend.
So funny, by the way. I think a lot of moms can relate with that because she got every single person, including her husband, ready for this trip. And then everything gets packed in the car, and then all was her own bag.
And they can't even think to grab her bag.
No. Everyone else was set. That's
that's
funny for a
classic
different reason.
mom mode,
Hey,
right
Megan,
there.
we give you the final word. We got to go ahead and pick one of these moms and give you a better Mother's Day with a one-night hotel stay on the ocean. What's up? Megan.
Hello?
Hey, you're on KROQ.
Good morning. So, my husband called his mom and asked what she wanted to do for Mother's Day before even asking me what I wanted to do. So we ended up spending the whole day going out to lunch with my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And then got home, did nothing for me. My kids didn't give me nothing. I didn't get to sleep in.
Sounds like you're not upset about it.
It is interesting.
Sounds like you love your mother-in-law.
If you are lucky enough to have both a living parent and a wife who's the mother of your children,
they get seniority.
There is a weird kind of where does the energy or effort go? Does it go to the quote mother of the kids that aren't old enough, don't have jobs, can't actually buy the mom something?
Or if the older mom, they've had so many Mother's Days.
Right. Are they
and
like,
you
I'm
haven't
tapped
had
out?
as many.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. All right, Allie, we've heard quite a few stories. You are a mom. I give you complete power here to decide who needs the Mother's Day redo more
your
than anyone.
dog dying on Mother's Day.
All right. Joe, I'm really sorry for your loss. And that's terrible, and I feel bad about it. But let's give you a one-night hotel stay to try to get over it at least a little bit. You want to go to a sold-out Jack White show tonight at Palladium? Just keep listening. Omar, when you least expect it, we'll play a drop of Ali saying something that sounds super white. So white, it could be Jack White. And when you hear that happen, call us up at 800-520-1067. Give us an example of one of the many white things Ali has said. Very, very white-sounding things. You don't know when this will happen, but it will happen every hour this morning and every hour tomorrow morning. Hear Ali talk white and win tickets to Jack White. And here's an example.
Excuse me, I'm racist.
There you go.
Oh, my God.
If you hear that,
Can we go with less problematic ones?
If you hear that,
God.
randomly, just call up and get yourself some tickets to Jack White. Yeah, maybe a less problematic one. Do we?
Let's go with one of my taco recipes.
Yeah. How about her tacos with yogurt recipe? How about that?
Wait, what is this one?
I have diarrhea.
There you
That's
go.
Not
That's
anything.
also
That's just insulting.
Hey, speaking of which, though, what a great transition into the story.
You gotta get Bojangles. There you go.
I don't think that's going to do it. This is a story that is making the rounds. Big local story, and I think that we have a solution that no one's thought about. I do feel like Amazon will get on board, but this is the story.
A delivery driver is caught on camera relieving herself in front of customers' homes just moments after dropping off their packages.
This is a crazy story, and it does happen every year. Would you say every year, 1 or 2 times a year, we get a big story about delivery driver caught going to the bathroom in someone's driveway or yard?
But I also hear every year that Amazon drivers have a harder and harder time finding bathrooms because they're being asked to work overtime and deliver 1 million packages every single day to satisfy us.
They're always sprinting. Always.
Always running.
Sprinting.
And it's Mother's Day weekend, so there's even more stuff people are probably sending out. I mean, it's always busy, right? But I would imagine certain days are busier days. This happened on Mother's Day, on Sunday. And you guys always make fun of me because I have oftentimes offered my bathroom to delivery drivers.
Yes, you have. And a lot of them have taken you up on that. And they're very appreciative.
Very appreciative.
And you even load them up with snacks and drinks.
Every time I can try to help out, especially on those hot days, like over the weekend, it's pretty hot out there. The idea that I would guess this driver, I don't know, maybe it seems almost like it was vindictive, but when you hear the details, you'll think maybe that she had a problem with this particular family.
Well, I think about if I had to go in that moment, I probably wouldn't go on their porch.
On the porch,
I would probably just go around the house. But I don't know. Jake would be more of an expert because he's had to poop in a lot of.
Yeah, well, he's going to defend the driver. You'd think that at least an effort to hide it or get it out of the way. But here's the story.
Right on their doorstep.
And the surveillance footage shows the driver relieving herself not once, but twice.
Now, that's also feels like an exclamation point on top of it.
Number one and number two.
Yeah, I mean, that's a full.
And I think the number one was after the number two, which is impressive.
Whoa.
Yeah, reverse order.
How do you do that?
This driver suffers from dyslexia, apparently.
Just minutes apart. The delivery driver has already been relieved, you might say, from her job, but certainly you can't unsee this.
KTLA's Carlos Cesado is live in Woodland Hills with more.
Now, they sent a reporter to the scene.
Widest story tonight, Carlos.
We've heard the saying, when you gotta go, you just simply have to go. But this takes it to a whole nother level. An Amazon delivery driver leaves a nasty surprise on this Mother's Day, and she was caught in the act twice.
Also, a woman driver, which, does not necessarily fit what I would say would be the profile of someone that would do this. It seems like it's more of a guy thing than a lady thing.
That's what makes me think it's an actual emergency.
Oh, really? This is what makes me think this is like something like vindictive, like
this is the other woman.
Yeah, this is her ex's house or something.
A delivery driver for Amazon can't seem to hold it in. On more than one occasion, a woman is seen about to leave an Amazon package at this Porch off Llano Drive in Woodland Hills around 5:30 Mother's Day morning. But she also leaves a smelly surprise. She relieves herself, does number one and number two before pulling up her shorts and walks away.
So, I mean,
on a hot day, no toilet paper?
Right.
That's a rough.
No wiping?
Yeah,
Crazy.
no wipe later. And if this was calculated, why wouldn't she have pooped in an Amazon package, buttoned it all up, and left it
and then left it?
Yes, because that would have been the right way to do it.
I have a solution, and I will give it to Amazon for free in a moment, and I actually think that the general public will like this idea as well.
The homeowners were expecting a Mother's Day gift.
When I woke up, my husband said he was going to bring me some coffee and a pastry. He went downstairs and was greeted by
That's probably what he said after the fact. I was going to get you coffee and a pastry, but
this woman pooped on our deck.
What do you want me to do here?
I guess.
So I didn't.
Not only one package, but a second inappropriate, disgusting package, which was essentially like human feces and looked to be urination.
Good detective work.
Tamara Bedoya and her family could not believe their eyes after watching the footage from their surveillance cameras.
You can see the mess that she left. So I was really disgusted. It was a horrible experience, and my husband unfortunately had to pick it up on Mother's Day. And
well, it's the best day for her to have that happen.
I'm sure he was like, so who's going to pick it up?
She's like, look at the calendar.
Oh, look at that. Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Looks like you're going out there and picking up lady poop.
She was not done. On another delivery later that morning, the worker is seen urinating on the front property of a different Woodland Hills home.
Oh, man.
You got to mark your territory when you're an Amazon driver.
Keep the coyotes away, I guess.
She pulls down her shorts, does her business, and takes off like nothing ever happened.
I kind of like clutch my pearls a little bit because I'm like,
pearls, Al.
Really? Her pearls.
Just like you, Allie.
There you
Similar,
go.
huh? That's amazing.
I kind of like clutch my pearls a little bit because I'm like, really? A second time? I was kind of like, wow. Still
yeah, there she is.
Done.
It's unclear why the driver just couldn't wait to find a restroom. The incidents happened 20 minutes apart, the homes less than 1 mile from one another.
That was disgusting, like very disgusting.
Let's get kid perspective now. How many different people can we ask?
I'm going to tell you.
What do you think?
Was an independent contract.
Here's the solution, Allie, because this does happen from time to time. What if, and you're going to say this is a stupid idea.
That's when you know it's good.
Instead of, Amazon has a deal. They understand their drivers are out and about. They need bathrooms. There's some homes that will never open up their toilet to an Amazon driver.
That was tough when I was a rideshare driver.
And there's others that will. You can sign up to be a part of a program. Amazon will waive your Amazon Prime membership fee. You get free Prime membership. You get a sticker that you put on your door that says, I am a safe haven. I have a toilet for you delivery drivers. When they see one of those stickers on the door, like the emoji of the poop or something, they know I'm in a home that will allow me to use their bathroom.
You're in a poo zone?
You're in a poo zone. And that home gets emojin poops is what I'm saying. that home gets free Prime for the year.
But what if you're not home?
Well, yeah, there's going to be some problems.
99% of people don't answer the door or do anything.
Right, well, then you can go in the driveway. No, I haven't thought of that.
I thought you were thinking of like a poo map, like weed maps, but finding like a public restroom.
I think that exists, but I'm saying, think about it. They're at homes all day. If let's just say if 1 out of every 25 homes they're delivering to is cool with them using the bathroom, maybe they have like an outside bathroom or they have.
You got to have a certain amount of trust, I think, because I signed up for the garage door thing. You know how they can leave your packages,
right?
And it's all good. I've done it a few times. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
so
but then
I imagine if I give the poo zone privilege or whatever, they just go in, take a dump, and then they'd be on their way.
They're out. Or maybe you sign up. Maybe some houses only are cool with ones. They're not cool with twos and ones. They just say I'm a one.
So what do you
house.
get, half off membership?
You get half off Prime membership. That's right.
106.7 KROQ. KROQ. Klein, Alley Show.
It's another.
not a top-tier canned ham.
Well said. Paul, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Good morning, Sweet Divots, everybody.
Sweet Divots to you. Welcome to Monday. What's up?
What's up? I was thinking, look, you guys already got the rock pants, right? You
Yes.
know, you go to concerts, you know, you got to use the restroom, just go right there. What if you intervened it, too, with, like, drive pants, you know?
Ah, drive pants. An extension, a line extension from Rock Pants. Rock Pants. We do have a few more pairs of these Klein Alley Show limited edition Rock Pants. Yes, they do look like diapers, but the reality is they're not. They are Rock Pants. You never miss your favorite songs at your shows. Could we do a line extension and call them driver pants, driving pants for delivery drivers?
Yeah.
Maybe we could. Maybe this is going to be our industry. This radio show is just a giant waste of time to get to our real moneymaker, which is different ways for people to crap their pants.
I think if we just become accidental millionaires, I'll be really happy.
Man, that's no better. I know that people try to work hard and come up with a plan, but being an accidental millionaire has got to be way more fun.
Plans are overrated.
We'll get into your news right now. Then a brand new hour of the show can officially begin. Disneyland will be in your future as well. But right now, your ADD news starts now.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
I start this ADD news with ADD News. News on the ADD rates in America. If you're not shocked, they're worse than ever. And they are officially worse than any other country. Now, 11% of kids and 6% of adults have ADHD in America, which is significantly higher than any other country, and it leaves them figuring out why that is the case.
What did you say, 3%?
No, that's not what I said at all. Can you repeat anything of what I just said?
Kids?
ADD.
America.
Those aren't even sentences.
Problem.
You said problem America kids.
I think so,
Okay,
yeah.
no, ADD rates in America
Yes.
are worse than ever.
That I believe.
Worse than any other country.
But are they worse than other countries?
They're worse than other countries, a lot worse.
What's worse?
Can you at least... All right, there you go. ADHD can be defined by the inability to pay attention, impulsiveness, trouble sleeping, and mood swings. Who doesn't have all that stuff? Am I right?
That's
Hey.
That's why the number you gave seems low. Very low.
Well, it's at 11% of kids and 6% of adults, and that's way higher than other countries. But I think one of the main reasons is just because America's diagnosing it more. I think everybody has ADD everywhere.
How
I think
do,
that
how
we're
do you not? If someone doesn't have ADD, like if someone,
Well, especially with social media and all
right,
that
right.
crap. dude.
But how
it's,
can you,
it's crazy.
If you're one of these people that can just, I don't know, focus on the task
On
at hand. What is your deal?
I mean, problem.
Yeah, diagnose
kids,
that person.
Diarrhea.
Yeah. Do you know how many distractions there are constantly?
Totally.
How are you able to stay focused on whatever the thing is you're doing? That seems stupid.
It's not stupid. I mean, if you think about even some of those old videos you watch, right, of like how to go on a date or whatever. A lot of those like PSA commercials they're like 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
And there's so many, even just the credits of Disney movies from like Cinderella and stuff like that. It's like 2.5 minutes of just credits and skyline until you get to the actual movie. And they sat through that in a theater and looked at nothing else. Didn't look at their phones. They just watched the credits. Now we need the credits to be happening simultaneously with bonus scenes, or the credits need to be happening as we're watching the beginning of a movie. We cannot tolerate it.
That number has got to be so low. I'm not a doctor, but I would imagine it's 85% of everyone in this country has ADHD.
It's funny that I'm reading this. They're like, there's a lot of different theories, but it could be food dyes. I'm like, it could be social media and our phones. How is that not the number one cause of ADD?
I go into a sports bar now. They got like 15 TVs on the wall, sometimes 30. And
it's not enough.
It's not enough. I think to myself, I wish there were more screens here.
Yeah, you got room on the ceiling. Dude.
Right.
I will put them up there.
I'll have 15 screens in front of me, and I'll still be looking at my phone for additional stuff.
I see myself looking at a menu and not simultaneously a phone.
So I don't know. We are all screwed, but at least we were here first with the ADD news.
Yeah. All right. Let me start by saying if you're probably going to hate what this woman did. I understand it, and at the very least, I think you've thought of doing this before. This video is all over the place. This woman was headed to work. She appears to be fresh out of college. And Klein, you grew up in Maryland, right?
Yes.
So she was driving from Maryland to where she works in Virginia, but she gets stopped by a road closure because there is a street fair taking place. All the tents, all the farmers, blah, blah, blah.
It's a lot of hummus.
It's annoying, yes. It'll make you late for work. You have to figure out how to get around it. But she starts arguing with the cop. asking him to let her through the entire street fair. And he's going, no, you can't. And then she gets mad.
There has to be another way. I'm not taking a taxi all the way to Virginia. Oh, I gotta go to work. What do you want me to do? Like, I have to go to work.
You cannot get out. I can't help you with that. Please do not disturb this area.
I might have to.
And so then she goes, I might have to. And she takes off the caution tape. And then she gets back in her car. She hits the cop with her car, makes a left and drives all the way through the street fair. Like, people are walking about. They're milling about trying the hummus. And she's just driving right through it. And then, boom, she's on her way to work. And I'm like, dude, it is ballsy to be like, you know what? I just got to get through. I don't want to go through all this crap. And I'm sure it was a bit annoying, but you got to get to work. At least she was focused on getting to work on time.
And by the way, I am a fan of farmers. I don't want this to come across as me being anti-farmer, but it does feel like
It's always in the most inconvenient
they do
street.
set up a lot of farmers markets now all the time, and they just go, let's just take over this street. And sometimes they're like a lot of in LA, there's ways to get around them, but in other places, it's like that's the street. We can't.
Okay, wait, and she got through this?
She drove right through it. Drove right through.
She drove right
She
through
hit the
it.
cop. I was like, go ahead.
Well, she hit the cop like he was trying to stop her physically with his body, and then she just kind of kept going, and she kind of like rolled through the police officer and then just kept going. And I kind of respected it.
Yeah.
Everyone's lambasting this woman, and she's probably going to lose her job, and everyone hates her. But I was like, you know what? We've all thought it.
By the way, that's
my paper, baby. That's right.
Can we celebrate people that actually take their job seriously? Most people would go, all right, I guess I'll just take the day off.
Dude, entitled Gen Z can't hold a job. This woman wants to get to her job and get to it in time.
I get it. You're trying to sample some homemade jams, but I gotta go.
Johnny, he would be like, all right, I'm not going to work for a week.
Can't go to work. They have a farmer's
The
market.
road's closed. What do you want me to do?
Right, I get it. Let's get into a brand new hour of the show right now, and the very first thing we do is pick up one of you on the phone.
Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Ian, you're on the phone right now at KROQ. Why are you calling?
Klein, hey.
What's up?
How's it going?
Good. Why are you on our phones?
Because I'm here to win Jack White tickets.
Ah, yeah. Allie did say something very white sounding. Here it is.
This is not a top tier canned ham.
Yeah, she loves talking about canned hams. You ever had a conversation with Allie? She cannot go more than 3 minutes without talking about her favorite canned hams.
And don't talk to me unless you have a top tier canned ham.
Yeah, that's a top tier canned ham. She doesn't waste her time with bottom tier. When you hear Allie say very white things out of context on the show, call us up and get yourself tickets to a sold out Jack White show tonight at Palladium. Ian, you're in. Congratulations. Hold on, all right?
All right, awesome.
Enjoy yourself some Jack White. We got 3 more pairs of those tickets to give you today, so I hope you're listening intently for the next couple hours, and then we'll do it tomorrow as well. He's got a couple of sold-out shows, but fear not, we will get your ass in. Jack White, and also later this morning we get you into Disneyland, so be ready for that. Big hour to get into after this one. Almost Monday, can't slow down, and then everything else we have in store for you right here on KROQ. Good morning. Oh, this will blow your mind. It's KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show, and maybe
Please don't say blow.
this will blow your mind. I don't know how you are able to even continue to be around your own mom when you learn stuff like this.
I don't know why she tells us these things. I don't know why my mother feels the need to share any details about her sex life. But she does, and I guess because she's proud of it, she's probably having way more sex than I am, she feels the need to share. And I think now at this point she's gotten enjoyment out of how uncomfortable it makes us.
Oh, is that why?
So she's mentioning it more.
Can't say that, Jake, in this context.
So this was a Saturday morning.
She's very cocky always.
We all woke up. We were getting ready. Me and my wife and kid were staying with my sister, but my mom and her husband were staying in a hotel.
Husband number 3, if you're new to the show.
Yes.
And the reason is because Allie's mom kills her other husbands. No, she upgrades her husbands every couple of years.
First one was a high school sweetheart. Second one was a cool guy in a band. Third one is
a rich guy.
A very nice rich guy that she used to go to school with.
But I mean, they say, like, there's certain types for all people out there, but she's really had her. I mean, you think about it.
Her type is all.
Her type is all of the above. But yeah, I mean, that's like some people can relate. Oh, I'm also with my high school sweetheart. Omar's with his high school sweetheart.
Oh, yeah. They were Mr. and Mrs. Valentine in 7th grade.
So she did that thing, and then she goes, you know what? That was nice and comfortable, but you know what I want? I want a bad boy rock star. Mm-hmm. So she gets with the bad boy rock star for a while.
Uh-huh.
Pops out Allie's hot sister with that guy.
Yeah.
And got to live that life. But then she decides, you know what? I want to be taken care of. I want to be a maid lady. So then she dumps that loser and moves on and finds this guy who's, I don't know, some sort of a tycoon of some sort. I don't even know how he has his money.
Thanks for the history lesson.
Well, you know, it's your dad's, but I'm blown away. Now she's living the good life.
Yeah, now she's living a great life. So
she's got to be good with her mouth.
Okay, we don't need to go into that. So anyway, Saturday morning comes and we are supposed to all get together for lunch at around 11 o'clock. We keep getting texts saying we're on our way or we're leaving in 10 minutes and nothing seems to happen. Time seems to go by and no one has showed up. So we decide to just go to the restaurant. We are left waiting at the restaurant for 40 minutes while the table has come and gone because the entire party needs to be there for us all to be seated.
Oh, that rule. I hate that rule.
We're wondering, where is my mother? And then they arrive and we go like, what happened? You said you were on your way and then, you weren't. And then it ended up taking a real long time. And she was like, well, Steve, every time we're in a hotel, he just needs it. And I was like, I am no longer hungry. And I was starving because we didn't have breakfast because we were having brunch.
Oh, what a dick move.
And then she starts going into detail about, how every single time they stay in a hotel, they need it, especially in the morning.
That's a medical condition. I have that too. It's called hotel horny. It's real. It's a real thing.
It's just
you're in a hotel and I don't know what it is. I think they pump some smells in there, or you feel like you're.
Well, you also don't have to clean up after yourself, really.
Yeah, it's not,
I don't want to think about cleanup.
Not your bedding. Your mom's probably getting propped up on all sorts of things.
Oh my God! Stop it!
Right, mini bar style.
And then she's
reverse
laughing, tee, and she's all got her hair mussed and stuff.
She's got the JBF hair.
Well, you can tell that something's different. Like they're both in a great mood.
They're all giddy and whatnot.
Yeah, and it's not like, oh, sorry, this happened. It was just like, hello.
Did she walk into the restaurant on all fours? Or?
No. But I'm also like, why share? Just make something up. You don't have to share this information with your children and your children's partners. Just say nothing. Why are we doing this?
Well,
and then I start thinking about all the times that they could have not gotten a hotel and then did. Like every time my mom stays here with us, she stays with us in the house. But when Steve is here, they make sure to get a hotel room, even though they are both very able to stay in our guest room on a regular bed and not pay, $200 a night or whatever.
Be in the bone zone, Allie. You get it.
And now I'm realizing that every time they come over in the morning after they've stayed at a hotel, they've had sex.
Of course. I think it's great. Your mom is like a beacon of light for people everywhere. That at any age,
because she's keeping her man happy.
No, I think she's into it too. The throat go. We should have her on.
No.
The fact that she told you on Mother's Day of all that. That's a lot of moms use Mother's Day as a good, like my wife used it as an excuse to get at us. Not me, no interest. Your mom keeps it real.
I know. I think that there are, I mean, I think she's one of those people who just also likes it.
She loves it. She loves it. That's
and
a
I'm
beautiful
like,
thing.
it's weird to think that my mother is having more sex than I am.
She
and
is.
that she is telling me about it.
And by
Because
the
I
way,
don't want to picture that or think of my mother in that way at all.
Keeping the family waiting for 40 minutes at a restaurant.
Yes, and they
So
have they have a reservation.
at some point, she's probably bent over or bounced up and down backwards, and she's thinking, we're supposed to be at a restaurant right now, but Steve needs his.
562 said they have great load towels at the hotel rooms.
Oh, they sure do. Vanessa knows that. They got all sorts of tiny towels. Every size towel there. Medium, small. You don't know how pent up.
Okay,
You know, Steve could have been backed up for months, Allie. Who knows? That's, wow.
208
Unbelievable.
said throat goat is putting the hoe in hotel.
She sure is.
All right, you know what?
Man,
That's enough.
Allie, your mom, what a life she's living.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
and then you had to sit down after that and order like eggs Benedict
Yes,
after hearing that?
I ordered nothing with any kind of sauce.
Smart.
Enrollment starts now for Camp KROQ. Earn your merit badge at 9, noon, 3, and 6 when you win a 4-pack of one-day, one-park tickets to Disneyland Park or Disney California Adventure Park. At the Disneyland Resort, the happiest place on earth, you'll find all kinds of happy. You can find the travel to a galaxy far, far away kind of happy and that woohoo kind of happy. Join in the Disneyland Resort 70th celebration starting May 16th. Pitch your tent at KROQ all week to win. Will ticket and park reservation required. KROQ.
encounter at the beach, as we're coming off of a very hot weekend in Southern California. Anyone you'd like to nominate that ruins your time at the beach, we'd love to hear from you now. And we've got up for grabs tickets to an advanced screening of Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, and we'll do that next on KROQ. You go to the beach, you want to relax, hang out, look at the ocean, maybe even go in, take a swim, assuming there's not that giant algae bloom and everyone starts tripping, the sea lions get all high and then start attacking you. But regardless of all that, the beach could be a great time to hang out, relax.
It was a big beach weekend, wasn't it?
This weekend, I was at the beach. I didn't really plan my day well, but other people apparently did. And yes, it was a great time to be at the beach, super hot in Southern California. As a result, beach was where it was at, and that'll kind of start now for the rest of the summer. And the question we have for you is, what are the people that are doing that should not be allowed at the beach because they are straight up dicks?
Don't be a dick.
Open nominees now at 800-520-1067. Your chance to nominate anyone you've encountered at the beach as we try to save society by eliminating one dick each and every week. If we do our jobs at the end of the year, 52 types of dicks have been eliminated from this planet, or at least Los Angeles, and that is a good thing for us all, and we'll give away a prize today. Our favorite nominee will get themselves advanced screening tickets to Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, only in theaters on May 23rd.
All right. Right out of the gate, 714 wanted to nominate the elderly man with leathery skin who doesn't wear any swimwear.
Yeah, hold on. I think that guy's on the phone right now. John, hi, you're on KROQ. Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Sweet Dibbits.
Sweet Dibbits. What do you got for us?
I'm going to say elderly people with leathery skin and the least amount of swimwear possible.
Yeah, but I feel like in some ways, I think they look at them at the beach as like a karate guy that's earned the black belt. Like they've earned that.
They're the regulars.
Like the sun has given their skin that black belt pride, and they, for some reason, feel like they win the beach, and we're all just kind of on their land. I saw a guy yesterday that I don't think he may live there for all I know, but that is
that's a daily thing.
But I think it's also a good reminder to have that person around so you can like point to your kids and be like, remember, you don't wear sunscreen, you're going to look like that guy.
Or you're like, I know I'm in a good spot because this is that guy's spot every day.
Yeah, this guy, clearly the sun works here. This guy is
the sun works.
This guy is leather at this point.
805 wanted to nominate the group that decides to set up between you and the ocean, even though there's no space and there's tons of space throughout, but they want to go right in front of you, block you.
If that doesn't win the biggest dick at the beach, because it is, if you think about it, the beach goes on forever, and even when it's crowded, there's always space.
There's room on either side for miles.
But someone will make a decision, and if you were there early because you want to get a good spot, and they go, I'm going to now sit right in front of this. There is kind of this system, a tandem system, usually, that you at least put yourself a little bit not right in front. Some people have no concept of that. They go right in front.
I understand that it's dickish, too, to put yourself in between two people, that there's just not really enough space and they sandwich their way in. But I think that's still not as bad as going right in front of somebody.
Don't be a dick. It's time for you to nominate people that you would encounter at the beach. It was a big beach weekend. I was there, and I will explain the dick that I ran into, but it was more that I was jealous, but we'll get to that in a moment. Hey, Jody, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Morning. Yes, I think the biggest dick is the one that has no clue about wind direction, and they shake off their giant towel or blanket with getting sand all over you and all your food and everything.
There is that one person can absolutely ruin your whole situation, and sometimes the towel shaker person, they have like.
And sometimes they're repeated towel shaker. Like they shake the towel every 20 minutes.
Right.
And you're like, you're at a beach.
Right. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be at the beach. Like if you hate sand that much that every time you sit down you have to shake it.
There's sand on this towel.
Like maybe this isn't the place for you. Some people like to be cold. Don't go skiing. You know, if you're a person that hates sand that much, just stay home.
Yeah.
You don't need the beach.
You know, I would like to nominate the couple or just the pair that is having a bad game of football or frisbee where it's constantly going into your area and they're constantly running to get it and you're constantly having to help them find it or run to it.
I think everyone gets one or at most two, like, oopsies, I hit you with my football, or sorry, my frisbee landed on you. After that, you either are not qualified enough to play the game or you have to move down and annoy some other people.
You're not in a good spot, or you just suck at it and you shouldn't do it.
Michael on KROQ, don't be a dick. Beach people, what do you got?
Hey, happy Monday. I just want to say, I want to nominate the people that bring their whole living room setup and they're like canopy, couch, a grill.
By the way, this is what I was next to yesterday, and I'm going to say that I agree with you 100%.
You have to be friends with them, and then it's fun.
I was jealous, but it was legitimately like they put up walls, Allie.
Yeah, because they're going to be there all day.
They had an inflatable sofa, an inflatable love seat.
Cool.
They put up a TV, like a 42-inch TV. I mean, it was
they did not.
They're not dicks. No, don't even come to the beach.
They're awesome. They're better than us.
They're better than us.
And they loved
agree.
all that stuff.
But when I showed up with my lame little wagon and put two folding chairs and like a snack bag, I couldn't even. I felt like such not a man. Like compared to this guy I almost felt like he did architecture on his setup. It was incredible. How did he not have permits and zoning for that?
They're usually very friendly. If you end up kind of going over there, they're like, hey, have some beers, have some steak. We got everything here. You know, then they can play loud music sometimes. And if you're like wanting a chill, relaxing day at the beach, I can get how people would be pissed at that. But I don't get upset at those people because they will be your best friend.
I feel like he had air conditioning going on over there. It was like wild. It was a whole different situation.
And there's always some new setup that you're like, what is that? It's like a half chair, half hammock?
Yeah, that guy had it all going on. Let me say hi to Alba on KROQ. Alba, what's up? What do you got for us?
Hi, good morning. I was thinking of those kids, the parents that don't watch their kids and they're playing in the sand and then they get sand all over you and your setup after you so carefully set everything out.
Sometimes other people's kids will make their way kind of near where your thing is, and then you feel like,
they're digging a giant hole and they're flicking all the sand all over you.
And you go like, I get it. It's supposed to be fun for everyone, but like, don't you have where's your parents at? Are they like relaxing now? Well, I feel like I'm now. There's times where I will monitor kids that I can tell are not being watched, and I feel like I'm now
responsible.
I've somehow
Because if you're not paying attention...
yeah, I'm like, this kid is like not old enough to swim. He's like, he's in the ocean. Like, I feel like I got to save this kid's life somehow.
Yeah, but then some other parents are like, hey, I'm at the beach. I'm going to relax.
Yeah.
The sand will take care of the parenting.
Let's say hi to Curtis on KROQ. Don't be a dick. Beach people, what do you got?
Hi, mine's not only for the beach, but all of Los Angeles. Those people who, like, double park and park over the line so nobody else can sit next to them.
Yeah.
Well, that is very true for the beach because, as you know, parking is, as much as parking is terrible everywhere, it is the worst near a beach. And if you do happen to get a spot and then you are so selfish that you take a secondary spot as well.
Well, how else is that guy supposed to get the grill out of his car?
That's a good point. I also think the people that will go back to the car, like you finally trail someone, you feel like, oh, I finally got a spot by the beach.
And they're like, I'm just going to cool off.
And then they decide to do like a 45-minute changing of clothes in the car thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out your car and go change. You don't have to do that in the spot.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're there all day, eventually, and I get people don't want to use the beach bathroom, so they kind of use the car as like their secondary bathroom.
Anything's better than the beach bathroom. Anything. Alec, don't be a dick, beach people. What do you got?
Good morning, Sweet Divots. We got the people that bring the Bluetooth speaker and play the most annoying music in the world, obnoxiously loud.
It is never good music.
That is why it is something weird about the fact that the person that has the loudest speaker has the worst taste in music. I don't know why that is. There's plenty of music.
Like techno, and you're like, God damn it.
There's plenty of songs that may not be like my favorite songs, but at least
it's not like vibey to the beach.
Right, exactly.
It's always the opposite. 626, I nominate the couple doing mouth parties on each other while a family is right next to them.
I would love that. No
818, don't be a dick, seagulls.
Oh, seagulls.
You guys suck, seagulls.
They are dicks. They eat all your stuff. You turn away from your sandwich for 15 seconds, that thing's gone. And then that bird will come back 20 minutes later and crap on you.
Here's your sandwich bag.
A lot of great nominees. Let's go ahead and decide of all of the ones. I think the biggest dick from the crop we just heard from, Allie, is the person that sets up right in front of you.
Yeah.
Blocking your sweet view of the ocean. Now you're just looking at some ginger sunburn in front of you because they decided to take that spot. Congratulations. You'll be going to a pre-screening, advanced of Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, and thanks for joining us on KROQ. 30 minutes or less, we get you into Disneyland with 4 one-day, one-park passes. Just be ready to call us at 9. Then again at noon, 3 and 6. Listen to KROQ all week for your way into the happiest place on planet Earth, Disneyland. Vanessa on Friday, if you remember, was doing the show in concussion protocol because she left us this message after rollerblading.
Hey guys, update. I fell riding my rollerblades. I hit the back of my head really, really, hard. I don't even... it hurts, and there's definitely a bump.
And if you remember Friday, she was moving real weird and slow, slurring, saying dumb things. We gave her one of those tests on the air to see if she was able to think of 5 J words. She couldn't even do it. She pronounced yoga, joga.
And she died.
And she's no longer with us. So let's all have a moment to remember Vanessa. The good news is we're going to save a ton of money on a casket because she's very little. So we're actually putting her in an old shoebox.
I hold you in my life will always go on.
Beautifully said.
It's really sad. Now I'm sad.
But we did, in all seriousness, we sent her out the way she would have wanted to go out. Like a goldfish. We flushed her.
It's okay. We'll just get a new one.
And we'll just get a new Vanessa.
Vanessa, too, on the way.
No, she's still here. Hey, Vanessa, you did ask us for our opinion after the show about if you should get a professional doctor to look at your head. And I think it should show you who on the show truly cares about you and who doesn't, because you got very mixed reactions from everyone.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Sorry, are you sad because of the funeral we just played for you? Or?
That was just so funny.
Oh, okay.
But I think that if you are going to... You shouldn't come to this show to make you feel better about really anything.
No.
Especially if you're not sure whether you're, okay or not. Like, Jake was saying you're fine from the beginning. I thought she was fine, too.
She is fine.
Jake said, don't go. It's going to cost you $500 to have your head looked at, and they're just going to tell you you're fine. Save the money. Don't go. Vanessa, I think I said to you, get looked at immediately because these head injuries, and we've lost some great people this year. Yep. Or, Bob Saget's been over a year, but guys that probably would have been fine. I mean, they fell down, hit their head, and I'll just sleep it off. And then they never woke up.
Yeah, because they had a brain bleed or something. And then at the end of the show, we were saying, just check your health coverage, see if you've got some good coverage so that if you go to urgent care, it's only $100. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, Allie's advice was the thrifty approach, was make sure you're covered. If you're not covered, maybe you don't go. But if you got coverage...
And it's easy to go, then go.
And listen, this is despair right here in your voice.
And my question is, kids fall and they hit their head all the time.
And since we know you're a child.
Like the back of their head, the front of their head. And it's fine, right? I don't need to go to the doctor. Am I fine? I need someone to look at my head. Oh, my God.
So you were very distraught about the whole thing. And you even ended the message by saying if you're not here Friday morning that we should go look at, your dead body will be in Long Beach. That's kind of why you left us the message,
Basically,
right?
that's why I wanted to tell someone, because I didn't want to tell my mom. I don't want to worry her, but I can worry you guys. It's fine.
But didn't your mom hear you talk about it on the show?
Yeah, and then she got so mad. She's like, why do I have to find out about your life like this? And I was like, Mom, I didn't want to worry you.
So you did after the show, once again, I begged you, I pleaded with you. I said, Vanessa, go get looked at by someone.
And roll audio.
You did, and make sure you're rolling. You did go to urgent care after the show.
I did go to urgent care, and it was packed, and I was like, no, this is what my Friday is going to look like. But I got lucky. It said I had an hour wait in the list, but it was only 15 minutes.
Wow.
And then the doctor took me in. We did some, arm tests, hold your arms out, raise it.
Did he understand it was your head that was injured? Or was
Yeah. She touched my head. It was a girl doctor. She touched my head. She's like, okay, let's do this arm sticks. Close your eyes. Touch your nose. Okay, yeah, I feel like you're okay. I was like, okay.
That's Kaiser for you.
And she
touch your head and do an arm trick. Bye.
It was 10 minutes.
I hit my head
No wonder
here,
we're getting through these real fast. Keep going.
Let's do a little rock, paper, scissors. Send you on your way, huh? What do you say? Wait a minute, Vanessa.
She was confident. And I was like, okay, I like your confidence, lady. I'm good.
They probably fast-tracked Vanessa because of the way she checked in. She was probably like, she's all like broken backwards the way she was talking at the end of the show on Friday. So they probably were like, dude, this woman has minutes to live. Get her in there.
Yeah, but what a great, if you need to jump in front of the 50 other people that are waiting at urgent care to say that you have a serious head injury.
I thought chest pains was number one, but maybe it's head injury.
Head injury. Did you do anything else that made you jump the line so quickly, or?
No, I was surprised. I'm telling you, it was packed, and I was like not looking forward to it.
818, children get seen first usually.
Oh my God, that's right. They always see us first when we have a kid.
Yeah,
or they were probably like, this girl doesn't. This
have any
lady,
parents.
this woman,
she's an orphan. Let her go in
woman
first.
doesn't need to wait in this room. So let's get her in.
Get that parentless child in here immediately.
But anyways, I'm fine, guys.
Did they give you a lolly?
What?
Did they give you a lollipop?
Stickers, she said.
No.
Stickers. All right, well, Vanessa's alive. Lives to tell the tale. It's the world famous KROQ. We are Klein Alley's show. If I were to say, guess where Jake was over the weekend, where would you guess? Where's bar, right? Always. Jake, are you always at a bar?
Most of the time, yeah.
Jake, he said he was
playing cards.
Approached at the bar.
And I play cards across the street from the bar.
These people approached you at the bar? They came up to you?
Oh, yeah.
It must be nice when people come up to you for a change instead of you going up to them, but apparently they are new fans of the show, and they wanted to tackle Jake.
I love Klein and Alley's show. It's the best show ever. It makes my day in the morning, and I look forward to it all the time, every morning. And he calls me sometimes, and I was like, don't call me right now. I'm listening to Klein and Alley's show. And he's like, what?
And who's this guy she's with? Is her boyfriend or husband, whatever?
Yeah, it's a boyfriend.
And she will ignore his calls when she's listening to the show. Mm-hmm. That's a real fan right there. Ignoring your significant other because we're in the middle of having some stupid story about Allie's mom being a hotel slut or something.
She's not a hotel slut. She's just satisfying her man.
Yeah, I decline his calls. And he's like, why are you declining my calls? And I was like, I'm listening to Klein and Alley's show. Don't call me right now.
Wow, that's a real commitment right there. I always find like new levels of commitment. I used to think it was the Bud Light Bros with their big neck tattoos of our show logo, but this person's potentially putting their own relationship in jeopardy.
They have to add one of those sections to the iPhone. You know how it says like at work, do not disturb, at home, do not disturb, Klein Alley show, do not disturb.
Listening to mediocre radio show.
Yeah. Can you, do you text him when it's like commercial break?
I mean,
what a terrible follow-up question, Jake.
Well,
thank you.
Terrible.
He was approached. He wasn't on his game.
That's why.
Dad,
I just declined because I wait for you guys to come on.
Oh.
And then like
So
30 minutes later, she's like, I was doing this and that.
Yeah.
And what were you doing?
And I have no idea what's going on.
Jake, where's this bar you go to? Is this a regular bar you go to? Or
Yeah, I go there quite a bit.
That's your go-to bar?
Yeah, pretty much.
Remember that liquor store you went to where you were all proud because the guy called you the Francis Connor guy?
Uh-huh.
Do you have a nickname at this bar too, or?
No, let's call me Jake there.
There's the weird dog guy.
There's the
Call
guy-
him Jake.
Call him Jake. That's actually his
The
name.
dog guy with the breasts.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
It's too long, so they just go with Jake.
Jake, if you don't have a nickname that they're calling you to your face, you probably do have a nickname there. That's my point.
I could ask the regulars if they could have a nickname for me.
Yeah, could you? Because I bet you there's probably one. How many people in this building, Allie, do we have nicknames for that have no idea they have nicknames?
So many. I mean, it's usually dollar store version of other person
It's
here.
Like, hey, there's Timu this. It's like people, right? We have our own. We have our own language here, but a lot of people in this building have nicknames that they're totally
I know.
unaware
He's
of.
probably like Jacob Jake or something.
Yeah, J-Cup Jake. He's got J-Cups, that guy. Call him J-Cup Jake. That's a great nickname.
Isn't it?
All right, find out what your nickname is at this bar. You would definitely have one.
I don't think I do, but I'll see.
We may have to send someone else in undercover
Yeah,
to find
let's
out.
send oh, wait. They won't let Vanessa.
They
She's
won't
not
let her
old
at the
enough.
bar because she's not old enough. Yeah.
I have an ID.
Okay.
What are you eating?
A donut.
Your lollipop.
She's eating a
Out of the
donut. She's eating a donut.
Klein, Alley, Show.
KROQ. Klein Alley Show. Mornings on KROQ. perhaps even new eyeballs.
T-minus 10 minutes until we get you 4 tickets to Disneyland. Win them from us at 9 a.m. sharp. We'll get to your A.D.D news just after Paramore on KROQ. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Flush with tickets to give you before we get out of here this morning. Disneyland in about 5 minutes, and more of these sold-out Jack White tickets. You want to go to the Palladium show tonight, see Jack White. We'll make that happen for you. Just listen for Allie to say white people things. She says quite a few white lady things, and when you hear her say those white things, call us up, and we send you to Jack White at Palladium. That'll be happening throughout the morning and all tomorrow as well, right here on KROQ. Right now, though, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for A.D.D News.
I had my fair share of flight delays traveling over the weekend, but apparently it was nothing compared to what happened on the East Coast. And this is all because of the big problem, the air traffic control. It is a complete S show. The system is highly outdated. The process of getting new systems is a very complicated one. And now at Newark Airport in Jersey, they've had their third system outage in a 2-week period. This one happened because their first system failed, and then the backup system also failed.
That airport is
a mess.
It is the worst airport ever. And every once in a while, when I do have to go back east, obviously.
Well, because it's so much cheaper, isn't it?
Well, it's just sometimes it's just time-wise, schedule-wise. JFK is a lot like LAX. It's just massive and overwhelming. And Newark is like there, but it is. That's the only airport I've ever been in that has had literal porta potties in the middle of the airport.
Are you serious?
To use. Oh yeah. Yeah, and I don't know if they were.
But that's probably because they're building something.
It didn't seem like it was. It didn't seem like it was gonna change. It was like porta potties in the middle of the airport.
They want to get you ready for New York.
Yeah, they're like, get ready for this. You like this smell? We got a lot of it waiting for you.
There's a homeless guy in there too. Have fun.
It was that place is just the worst. That airport is the worst place.
All my years living in New York, I don't think I ever flew into Newark.
You're
I
lucky.
didn't realize
You're
it was
very
so bad.
lucky.
This resulted in a 45-minute ground stop, which led to hundreds of delays, which led to 80 flight cancellations. And because this keeps happening at Newark, they've decided to now cut the volume of flights that are leaving out of Newark Airport until they can get their act together. But it's like, when the whole system is flawed, how do you fix the system? I mean, obviously, these problems were happening already, and now it just seems to be coming to a head, or at least more glitches are happening, and now they're making national news every single time. So what is the answer?
Hey, maybe for our next AMA on the show, Vanessa, we could talk to an air traffic controller. I am curious as to...
They seem like they're not busy.
Yeah, they seem like they got a lot of time on their hands, and it does feel like there's way more close calls than we even know about.
I had a flight delay coming back home because they had 2 free seats. So they decided we're going to put some people from standby and give them some seats. They handed this couple their boarding passes, and then the lady just went somewhere in the airport.
That's on her.
And they couldn't find her, and we waited for 45 minutes while they searched for... No, one person. The guy was there, but his wife, I don't know, went to the bathroom and never came back, or decided to get a drink at the bar.
Probably shopping.
And it was like, duty free, you don't say. And I heard them all saying at the front of the plane, well, we can't find her. We had her, we gave her the boarding pass, and now we don't know where she is, so I guess we'll just keep waiting. I'm like, why are we waiting for these people?
How does that work?
You missed your flight. That's on you.
I have been on both ends of that before. I've been on the end, like you're saying, where they're sitting around waiting for some passenger.
Like,
and then
how nice is that? I've never run into that, where they're like, don't worry, we'll wait.
I've been on the end where I showed up 15 minutes before my flight was supposed to leave. They're sorry, closed the boarding doors.
You're done.
You didn't wait for me at all.
The flight was supposed to leave 45 minutes ago. You lost your shot.
They said, you're done, son. I said, you give me the Jake the Nerd speak at the airport.
All right, we have another controversy in the Kentucky Derby. This is not having to do with the horse cheating, but with the jockey cheating. The jockey, that little guy who rides on Sovereignty, the horse that won, has been fined $62,000 for illegal crop use. Apparently, you're not allowed to use the crop more than 6 times during the race. They came from behind in that final furlong. They blew past everybody else to get that win at the last second. And the jockey, who's named Junior Alvarez, used the crop 8 times. And this is also the second time that he violated this rule in a 6-month period. So his fine doubled, and he'll be suspended from racing in Kentucky for 2 days, which seems like not very long.
I had no idea that's a rule.
Dude, it seems like they're flacking those things all the time.
Yeah.
Aren't they always like, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out,
they're
watch
hitting
out.
the hell out of that horse.
It seems
6?
like they're constantly
6?
using the crop. Yeah.
Huh. And so
6 is not a lot.
But I don't understand. They're not stripping him for the title. That horse still won the Kentucky Derby.
They're just fining him
So
because
why
it was on him and not the horse.
So if the fine is only $30,000, and you can hit the horse as many times as you want to hit the horse, and it goes faster, obviously, the more you hit it.
Don't you think you would tell him, like, hey, just hit the horse as much as you want?
Great. The winning horse makes millions. I think the purse to be winning the Kentucky Derby is somewhere like $20 million or something like that.
Oh, really? I thought it was like $3 million.
Well, whatever. It's way more than $60,000.
Yeah. Well, and then he got the jockey got like $300,000, and then now they just deduct $62,000 from
away.
that. And if you remember, in 2019, Maximum Security was disqualified because he had gone out of his lane and he was like screwing up some of the other horses. So he got disqualified. And then in 2021, the horse Medina Spirit got disqualified because it tested positive for steroids. So there have been a lot of... That's the most respectable disqualification.
That I can understand. That's like, all right, that makes sense.
The winner gets $3.1 million.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but once that horse wins, I'm not even talking about what they win. Their semen instantly goes up 20 times in value.
Sorry, I didn't have the semen stats.
Yeah, you got to get the semen stats, Allie. That's where it's at. Because listen, the horse wins Kentucky Derby, all of a sudden their jizz is worth way more than
You're so
loser
focused
jizz.
on the horse semen, aren't you?
It's the most expensive fluid there is in the world. I'm super jealous. I really am. Let's get into a brand new hour of the show right now, and let's immediately shift gears to something way more family-friendly, and that would be 4 tickets to Disneyland. Caller 20 right now, 800-520-1067. It's a present for you.
Show
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Porch County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right. Better to give than to receive, they say. And right now, we give you the gift of not one, not two, not three, but 4 tickets to Disneyland. One day, one park passes will be yours if you are caller 20 at 800-520-1067. You will be there as Disneyland celebrates their 70th anniversary starting on May 16th. Wow. You'll win a 4-pack of tickets every single morning with us right around this time all week long, and then again at noon. And then 3 and 6 with the great Kevin Ryder back on KROQ. So there you go. Multiple ways to win your way into Disneyland. And that is the ultimate. Winning Disneyland is cool. But I'll tell you what's even cooler. Telling your family, guess what we're doing next weekend.
Oh,
that is
pure happiness.
That is pure happiness.
Yeah.
I don't even like to say the word Disneyland because my kids will. They're 5 rooms away. What do you Disneyland?
And how young kids realize the value of Disneyland.
Yep.
Like my kid is 3 and he already is like, Disneyland is the effing best.
You know, you guys accuse me of doing a lot of false threats in my parenting. The one threat that still carries any sort of weight in my house is the threat of not doing Disneyland. That's the one threat where they really need good behavior.
Didn't you tell me that also doesn't work, though? Because they were like, we know you're taking us.
Hey.
Shut up!
You shut up.
Damn it!
No.
I want to go.
All right, well, you're not going now. Okay. Based on that.
You're not going now.
They're out. They
and
just
they're
cost
like,
them
yeah, well, you have a weird nipple.
Yeah, well, they're right about that. They are right. Let's say how to call it 20 and make someone's day instantly better as we head to the 949. And this is Jacob. Good morning, Jacob.
Good morning, Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs, you are caller 20.
Yeah,
Disneyland is in your future. Hold on 1 second so we can get you 4 one-day, one-park passes, and you'll have another chance to win coming up again at noon today with Nicole Alvarez. Enjoy those Disneyland tickets. If you didn't win and you're feeling left out right now, fear not. We've got Jack White tickets for you. A sold-out show tonight at Palladium, and we'll have those tickets, at least 2 more pairs to give you this hour. So perhaps you are stuck with us for the next 60 minutes and just listening on everything that comes out of your speaker, because if it's Allie making a white lady noise, oh, Jack White will be in your future.
Oh, I scuffed my sneaker.
Oh, like that. That would be a good example. Don't call now, but that's a great example of something
spot there.
Allie would say. And when you hear it, just call us up at 800-520-1067. We got some butt stuff to get through this hour as well, and a lot more. So go nowhere. We are your new friends or strangers that will eventually be friends. Klein Alley Show on KROQ. back. We are Klein Alley Show. Allie, people wanted to make sure you were wished a happy Mother's Day. You are a mom. And even Danielle, my wife, was telling me, did you wish Allie a happy Mother's Day? I said, no, why would I do that? She's not my mom.
No, but it's nice to wish
And
mothers
she
happy
said,
Mother's Day.
you should tell all moms happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but...
I went in my head and I said, who do I know that's a mom? And I texted everybody I knew that was a mom. Friends, too.
And then she thought what I wrote you was rude. And I said, how is it rude? I gave Allie a compliment, I thought. And she said, no, that was really rude what you wrote her. You should apologize. And I said, even the fact that I even acknowledged Allie on Mother's Day, I've got my mom, I got my mother-in-law, and my wife's a mom. My kids don't have jobs. They can't buy her gifts and flowers, so I had to do all that crap. But even after all of that, I decided at one point to send you a message and let you know, hey, you're doing the best you can do, or whatever I said.
No, you said happy birthday to Wesley's favorite.
Well, I don't think I said happy birthday.
Or I mean, yeah, happy Mother's Day to Wesley.
I think I at least got the day
tired,
right.
All right.
I think I got the day right. But the point is, it wasn't that. I forget. I wrote something else, and she said it seemed like I was judging you. But
you said, from all I can see, you are a great mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is rude.
It is?
From all I can see?
I don't know what kind of stuff you do.
You are. You're a great mom. I know you are. Don't give me a complex about it. From what I've observed, you seem to be a good mom.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, that's very convoluted. Just say I'm the best.
But I'm
the best mom.
Everyone throws around that you're a great mom crap. And by the way,
so you're saying you don't think I'm a great mom?
No, I'm saying from what I've witnessed, you seem like a fine mom. But
you've witnessed nothing. You've witnessed nothing.
That's what she said.
So you don't think I'm a great mom?
I think that from what I've seen from my vantage point,
which is zero,
which is you taking calls and stuff during commercial and songs and being like, he's got a rash, let's look at it.
That's great, mom.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what kind of weird stuff.
You don't even know the calls I ignore that are emergencies.
Right. So I take it back then. I don't want to go out there and give you a blanket statement you're a great mom because maybe you're not.
I do think, though,
maybe
that other moms, maybe I'm not. There's other moms out there that are probably way better than me, but I also think that moms in general should be exempt from having to wish other moms happy Mother's Day. Because I saw a lot of moms wishing other moms happy Mother's Days, and then also a lot of moms posting about their own Mother's Day. And I was like, the one thing I don't want to think about a Mother's Day is posting about being a mom.
This guy was thinking about you, and this guy's locked away. Listen to this.
Yo, it's your boy calling from rehab. Just want to make sure I wished Allie a happy Mother's Day.
This is a guy in rehab. You get one call a week. You used it to wish you happy Mother's Day.
Nice. And you guys keep on rocking the 106.7 KROQ. All right, bye.
Now, that guy just wanted to wish you a happy Mother's Day from rehab.
I think that's very
nice. That's how much he was thinking about
it's
you.
Probably because his mom has cut him out of her life.
Well, it's
but
possible.
Still, I'm happy to be a substitute mother. Happy Mother's Day to you, too.
And, last week we spent a lot of time making fun of all the unfunny Mother's Day cards out there. Well, someone did want to let us know they received an actual funny Mother's Day card.
Hey, Klein and Allie, I got a Mother's Day card, which I think was the funniest card I ever received. Your card sucked. And it says, it's Mother's Day. So relax, put your feet up, have people bring you things. Pretend you're a man.
She thought that was great.
The bar has been set so low.
That's the problem. The bar has been set
That's the best card
right
that I've ever seen for a Mother's Day card.
Right.
And you guys found sucky ones.
Well, they weren't sucky. They were that's the legitimate. Most cards suck. And
yeah,
a lot of people did tag us in pictures of their really crappy, unfunny Mother's Day cards.
I would love a great Mother's Day card, a funny one, but at this point, I think I will even take a sucky one. Because getting none of them does feel sad.
So my text to you was the nicest thing that you got all day? Was me saying, from what I can see, you seem like a decent mom?
At least it was more than just Happy Mother's Day.
Wow.
Yeah, because that was most of what I got.
Did you get your wife something?
No, but she didn't get me anything either.
Did you have something and not give it to her because she didn't give you something, or
no,
you didn't have anything
I didn't
either?
plan on it. I was taking care of my mom, and I was able to send out cards to the other moms that are in my life, but that was it. But I did think, because she had promised that I could sleep in, but then I ended up sleeping in on Saturday. So then Sunday morning, when my kid got up at 6:15,
you were up.
She rolled over and was like, "So does this mean I have to get up again?" And I was like, no, I guess that means I'm getting up.
Well, I tried to write you a nice message, but apparently it backfired yet again.
Hey, you know what? You tried, and most of the time, you don't try to write something nice.
213 said, Allie, you're a beautiful woman from what I can see, but I should mention that I'm blind. That's a message from Blind Charlotte.
Thank you so much.
It means a lot to her.
I'll take any compliment.
When we get back, listen closely, because you'll probably hear Allie say something that sounds white, and as a result, you'll go see Jack White tonight. We got that and a round of butt stuff to get to with actual news involving butts. A lot of butts in the news these days. We'll break it all down next.
Enrollment starts now for Camp KROQ. Earn your merit badge at 9, noon, 3, and 6 when you win a 4-pack of one-day, one-park tickets to Disneyland Park or Disney California Adventure Park. At the Disneyland Resort, the happiest place on earth, you'll find all kinds of happy. You can find the travel to a galaxy far, far away kind of happy and that woohoo kind of happy. Join in the Disneyland Resort 70th celebration starting May 16th. Picture tent at KROQ all week to win. Both ticket and park reservation required. KROQ.
When I got a flat tire on my way to work,
We got butt stuff to get into in a moment. But first, Andrew, Marina Del Rey, what can we do for you?
I would love to go see Jack White tonight. If you could make that possible, I'd be the happiest boy in the world.
A lot of people calling now because we did play a clip of Allie during her panty haul video sounding super white.
These ones actually are kind of like a mesh material. That's the moisture wicking quality.
Moisture wicking quality. There you go. Hold on, Andrew. You'll be going to a sold-out show tonight to see the man you just heard on KROQ, Jack White at Palladium. Hold on, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure he'd be happy to know this is how we're giving away tickets to his show.
He'd be thrilled.
Sure,
Jack
he loves
White.
a moisture wicking underwear as well.
Great sense of humor. Remember when we chatted with him, Allie? Everything we said, he laughed at. No, that didn't happen.
That's not true.
But Jack White will be there tonight, sold out show, and tomorrow night. We will get you in both nights. Just be listening for random things that Allie has said. And speaking of her panty haul video, I don't know how that's not the top story in this exciting roundup of butt stuff.
It must be a special occasion. Oh, yeah. It's time for butt stuff.
Ooh.
We'll start with this. I kind of thought that we've moved past the world of smuggling things in our butts because there's so many better places to put stuff, but that's still apparently everyone's go-to spot. And with they've got all these people doing fake pregnancies, people that are actually having medical procedures to put drugs in their body, then coming through the border and then cutting them out. But no, everyone's still going old school apparently.
It's nature's pocket.
Nature's pocket, baby.
Well, a man has been arrested after he tried to smuggle meth by hiding it in a very private area of his body. That's according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
It's funny that sometimes they love saying in the butt, and other times they won't say it. So they
I
just
love
say,
it when they really just say butt.
I know. I don't know why.
Just
like
say
they can
it.
say butt, and if there's kids watching, they'll just think the news is funny, and then maybe they'll watch it more.
I know. You have an entertaining story.
A
Make
very
use of it.
private area. Meanwhile, it says, they're showing like on the screen as they're saying
On the
this,
chyron, it says butt.
it says butt. It's all in the butt.
CBP says it happened on Sunday when the man, a U.S. citizen, tried to cross back into the U.S. CBP says a drug-sniffing dog searched the man and alerted officers of a possible drugs.
By the way, if you're a person trying to sneak drugs past a dog, dog's favorite place to sniff on everyone is
Crotch and butt.
is the butt. So that is like
But that
even
would
worse.
make you want to do it, though, because you're like, oh, he's just another dog sniffing a butt.
Right, just saying hi.
Yeah.
He's not
That's
looking
how
for
they
dr-
say hello.
He's not getting high. He's saying hi.
Yeah.
That's different.
After a pat-down, officers allegedly found 2 concealed packages of meth. The
They
man
found
is
that in a
facing charges
pat-down?
of
Yeah.
There must have
importation
been a lot
of a
in
controlled
there.
They showed all the stuff that was removed from this man, and he should win a prize.
Whoa,
he
really?
is pretty incredible.
Damn.
So that's your first butt stuff story today. It's amazing how much butt news there is. Not just Ozempic butt, that was a big one. Dead butt for people that are sitting at their desk for too long.
Oh, yeah.
There's now a doctor that wants to warn everyone because apparently there's a new beauty trend that's happening. I think TikTok is to blame, where people are putting butt cream on their face.
Oh, that's right. I
And
did see
this
that.
doctor says this is a bad thing that we should stop doing immediately.
But not all butt products are created equal. And a hemorrhoid cream is not the same as a butt paste or diaper rash cream.
So if you've seen anyone doing this, I guess, I don't know, supposedly it's like going to make your skin look wrinkle-free or something, but you should not be, according to this doctor at least, and I don't know which doctor you believe, because one doctor's on there saying, put butt cream on your face, and then the other doctor goes, don't put butt cream on your face.
Who the hell am I? I am a 40-year-old board-certified dermatologist who does use a butt paste cream on her face, but not a hemorrhoid cream.
So apparently, you can use butt cream on your face.
How many butt creams are out there? Like,
I
other
don't
than
know.
hemorrhoid cream, why do you
say
need
butt cream or butt paste?
Maybe those are different. I think like there's the things you would put on babies, like that's not
diaper rash cream?
Probably. I don't know. Well, if you're using butt cream on your face,
Will that make me look younger?
that's what I think that's what the whole trend is. And
I'll
I think,
do it.
And I think people think, all butt creams are created the same. Just any butt cream, I'll just rub it on my face. And she's saying, no, that's not the case. And
You
she
can use butt cream, just not every butt cream.
Remember this. Just remember, if you remember anything from today's show, remember this.
But not all butt products are created equal.
So there you go. Not all butt products are created equal.
You know a woman looks good when she smells like a fresh ass.
That's well said, Allie. Beautifully said. finally someone can actually talk some sense into this show. Good morning. You're on KROQ. This is Jasmine. Hi. What's up?
Good morning. I'm a pediatrician, so I deal with babies a lot, and I do also deal with hemorrhoids, but I just wanted to let you know that, yeah, there are differences between butt paste, butt cream, and hemorrhoid cream. But stuff for babies has zinc in it, which is anti-inflammatory, and that's why people are using baby butt paste stuff on their face. Hemorrhoid creams reduce the amount of blood flow to the area, so that's actually definitely not a good thing to put on your face. That's what people are trying to logic behind.
Well, 626 on the text line, and I do appreciate you, and I trust that you're a real pediatrician. They claim that buttholes have the most wrinkles, so why would anyone use a butt cream on their face?
It doesn't reduce your wrinkles. It's Ollie, I guess wouldn't. Oh no, you all had kids, so yeah, they're all the diaper changes and stuff. Their butts get really red. The zinc in the butt paste is just to reduce the inflammation. That's not to make their skin.
So that's so the reason people are using butt cream on their face, baby butt cream, is because for the zinc.
Yeah.
What's the difference between paste and cream?
Yeah, what's the difference between paste and cream? Thank you, Jay. Good question.
Yeah, my understanding has been the concentration of the zinc oxide in it. So there's 40% zinc oxide is all right. We're going crazy. There's a lot of diaper rash going on here. So we use that versus just a lower concentration.
Maybe that's what Mark Zuckerberg had on his face in that viral surfing video.
Maybe it was
picture.
butt paste.
It was, covered in butt paste.
Yeah, that would make sense for him.
All
He
right.
probably needs that.
Thank you for calling, Jasmine. Thank you. And for anyone who thinks it's just a bunch of dumb drunks that listen to our show, we have a legitimate working pediatrician calling us. I assume working, but thank you.
You would recommend putting butt paste with zinc on your face?
No, I wouldn't recommend it. I guess it's cheaper than a lot of derm products, so maybe that's why people are doing it.
That's why. Okay, it's like a hack.
That's all I need for a sale.
Allie's in. Because, it's cheaper.
Got some expired in my cabinet. Using it tonight.
I don't think she recommends using expired butt paste on your face. Also, you need a lot more help than that. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference.
Got zinc now and iron rust.
That's a real rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic situation. You know what I'm saying? So we get to that. Sadly, we've had a few people that have lost loved ones this weekend on the show. And not that I want to end the show on a bummer, but when we get back, Vanessa, Jake, both lost someone in their lives over the weekend. And I do want to take a moment because they both had very interesting and very different opinions about it. So we'll get to that after this from KGL.
It takes one to know.
K-Rock, we are Klein Alley Show. And, the show's got some ups and it's got some downs. And earlier today, we heard from a listener whose poor dog was taken by a hawk yesterday.
Oh, my God, terrible.
The good news is she won a one-night hotel stay from us, so,
What dog?
Exactly. And that's sad, and people said the show really bummed them out. And then they get excited about other things we talk about, like Allie's mom being the hotel throat goat, etc. Always good stuff. Hey, incredible stuff your mom's up to. Incredible. And then we learned that over the weekend, sadly, I don't know if Jake's that upset about it, but Jake's uncle, who I guess was on death watch for a while, finally...
I'm sure that's how they worded it.
That is how Jake worded it.
That's how they worded it. Everybody said death watch. All caps.
Jake,
skull emoji.
Jake, you said that.
Skull emoji watch.
Pull up Jake's email from Thursday. He's like, my uncle's on death watch. Not sure how I feel. Right? Didn't you use the words death watch?
I don't think so.
I'm paraphrasing.
I read it, so that's what it said.
I'm paraphrasing. What did you say?
I said he's on his deathbed.
Oh, maybe that's what I thought. Anyway.
All right, so he passed.
Yeah, he passed on Friday.
And your watch has ended.
And now our death watch has ended.
Okay, so how do you feel? Were you close to this uncle?
I mean, yeah, I was as close to him as any other uncle, I guess.
All clear, death watch. All clear.
That's not cool.
Jake, I thought
Jake's
you...
upset.
No, I didn't think Jake was upset. You are?
I don't know if I'm upset. I felt like it was weird. Like, my cousin texted me a video of them wheeling it out, and I thought that was kind of weird.
Wheeling him out of what? His house?
Like the hospice he was in. He was like in an American body bag on a gurney.
Oh my God. Really? Why would...
Yeah, and then it was like, the video you see all my other cousins taking the same video. I'm like, why? I feel like it cheapens the moment.
Of course. I mean, when you don't get body bag footage. That's not what you share. You share the coffin footage.
No, you don't share it. You share videos of life. Of them.
I mean, yeah,
but
videos of
wrote,
life.
Like, his send off, and then sent me the video, and I'm like, I don't. Okay, I didn't know how to respond.
Was that how they announced that he was dead, or they said that first and then sent a video after?
No, I think I got a call from my mom saying, or a text from my mom saying that your uncle's, in heaven with grandma and grandpa and blah blah blah.
It's interesting that it was a text, not a phone call.
Well, because we talked earlier in the week or whatever. She said you're going to keep me posted.
What did you respond with a call or another text back?
Or an octopus emoji.
I put the skull emoji.
Okay, great.
So,
what you mean to my mom or my cousin?
Yeah, well, who would be the most, because it doesn't
Because to my cousin, I didn't know how to respond. I thought I should respond with something, and then I just responded with a photo of me and her and my aunt and uncle.
Roll over the weekend.
Yeah, so my ex-stepdad, shout out to Eddie, R.I.P., he passed away last Wednesday. It was sad. It actually hit me.
Yeah.
Because he taught me how to drive. I love salsa because of Eddie.
Didn't you recently run over a rollerblader or a bicyclist?
What does this have to... Oh. Okay, well, that... I was parked. The bicyclist ran into me.
He taught me how to hit a biker.
That's Eddie for you. Yeah.
So because you didn't grow up with your biological father, right?
Yeah, because he also died. Just kidding, but yes.
Oh my.
So my
What the
dad
hell?
passed away when I was little, and then
Wait, what?
I don't know.
So this is why I'm weird about death. Everyone dies. Anyways, so he passed away, and he was in Colombia already. So I got to watch his funeral via Facebook Live, and it was the most boring funeral ever. I remember Eddie full of life, and I was like, why is this priest-like person talking about God for 30 minutes? No one talked about Eddie, and that's all I wanted to hear.
I mean, it is interesting about what makes a funeral a good funeral or a bad funeral.
That one was a bad one.
It was bad because it was just a lot of...
It's like a sermon.
It was like a sermon. Yeah, it was like more of a mass than an actual personalized funeral service.
Vanessa, do you think that the priest-like person you're speaking of was actually a priest?
Yeah, I don't know what he was. He was talking about God and where he was.
Did he also say people die? Boom. Just
but
kidding.
I don't know what his title is, so I just know he was like a church person.
Right. And I would say a good funeral. I mean, if there's such a thing as a good funeral.
Finger sandwiches.
Well, yeah. I mean, the spread afterwards should reflect not just the person, but also, like, the fact that people are starving, even though, you're not necessarily going to be have the best appetite, but a feast in their honor would be nice. An Irish wake, there's a lot of drinking and stuff going on.
That's always a good funeral.
A
friend of mine, her father was a chef, and when he passed away, they had an amazing food spread because he loved food. And it was a great funeral because there were so many different food dishes that he loved that we all got to enjoy the best version of.
Yeah, or I would...
Viking.
Yeah, that's cool.
Viking funeral would be good.
Where you shoot a flaming arrow into their body.
Because it will be sad. I mean, by nature, the funeral will be sad. Whenever people say, I was at a funeral and it was a raging party, like some people do that whole, no one wear black, everyone be bright colors, and let's put on cool music. I think people are trying to mask the fact that there is legitimate sadness there. Now, some people have the outlook Vanessa does. Everybody dies, move on, blah, blah, blah.
I just know that I wish more people talked. I wish there was salsa because he loved it.
Yeah.
And it was just I'm like, Eddie,
more
are you
customized
okay with this
and less cookie cutter.
Yeah.
But then also nobody spoke, or there was only one person who spoke right about him, so it could have been anybody's funeral.
Yeah, only one person spoke.
But then there are some times where I've been to a funeral where it's everyone is speaking.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude.
Right, this person was barely a coworker for a year.
Right, and now we have
words.
7 hours of stories.
Right, yeah. Well, I'm sorry, guy. In all seriousness, Jake, I don't think you're all shook up about it, but I'm sorry, it sucks.
I think he's said many times that he's sad about it.
He is? Huh. Should pay attention to Jake's emails more. Jake, I'm sorry then. I didn't know. I know Vanessa's
response, or her said, my ex-stepdad died and I'm upset. See, guys, I have feelings.
Well, because I actually cried.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Well, all right. Jesus, Jake.
All right, it's a death off.
All right. Well, anyway, what a sad, uplifting way to end a Monday show, huh? Real Monday way to end the Monday show. We'll come back with your takeaways, wrap up this thing, and turn it over to Nicole next. Well said. That's a party girl right there. It's KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. Going to wrap it up with some takeaways from today's show before we turn it over to Nicole Alvarez for your 40 minutes nonstop KROQ. And more of those tickets. So you can go to Disneyland. 4-packs happening again at noon, 3 and 6. We'll have another 4-pack for you tomorrow at 9 a.m. and all week long right here on KROQ. All right, takeaways from today's show. What do we got?
818, my takeaway is Vanessa played head, shoulders, knees, and toes at the doctor's office.
Yeah, that's what our insurance covers here at KROQ.
Worth every penny.
Little charades, little head, shoulders, knees, and toes, little rub the tummy, and you're good to go.
And duck, duck, goose, go home.
Get out of here.
626, my takeaway is Steve likes to stay at hotels for more than just the room service.
Sure does.
And that Allie's mom's favorite sex position is reverse minibar.
Yeah, you only learn that if you listen to the whole show today.
310, my takeaway is Death Watch. Room. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, Death Watch.
That's some good imaging. Jake, better make that.
626, my takeaway is drug dogs go for the butt first.
Always.
And 330, my takeaway is a woman looks good when she smells like a fresh ass.
Yeah, all good, strong takeaways from today's show. If you don't know what we're talking about, you should listen to more of the show so these all make sense. And thank you for downloading and listening to the podcast as well, or watching along on YouTube, all you net bangers. Jake, you got a takeaway.
The beach is the native land of the Leatherskins.
Yeah, the Leatherskins love the beach. It's their homeland. We're just visiting. That's their hometown. Omar, takeaway?
My takeaway is that Allie's a bad mom.
Okay. From what I can see, I'm a decent mother.
She's doing the best she can do. Allie, you got to take
doing the best I can do.
I think that's what I meant to say. Is that better
That's
or
even worse? You're doing the best you can.
Not much.
That's what people say when they're disappointed in themselves.
I was trying to be nice.
Thanks.
You got a takeaway?
Yeah, here's my takeaway.
Oh, lube. She's holding up lube. That's a throwback. She's predicting my word is lube.
A visual takeaway from the YouTube live stream.
My trip to the Magic Castle.
She's doing the best she can with the takeaways.
Shut up.
She is. Hey, Colin in Santa Clarita, what can we do for you, bud?
Yeah, I'm calling for the Jack White ticket.
Yeah, you did hear Allie say something super white. I think it was when she mentioned finger sandwiches during funerals. Hold on
They're delicious.
Hold on one second.
Cucumber?
You'll be seeing Jack White tonight. Sold out show at the Palladium. We'll have more of those tickets for you tomorrow as well. Just listen for Omar to randomly play drops of Allie saying white lady things, and you'll see.
We're doing that again tomorrow?
Jack White. Of course. You say so many white people things. We must play them all.
True.
Have a great day. Do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. Stick around. Nicole Alvarez is on with 40 minutes nonstop KROQ, and it all starts next.
Klein Alley Show. KROQ. KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
Hey, it's your buddy.